What's good, you cocksucker motherfuckers? Ah! Yeah, I've been promising a new intro. How are we doing, guys? Oh, nice and chilly Sunday. I'm really happy about that. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hope we can get some nice, clean chat today. We'll see how it goes. Does tend to be a bit of a mixed bag in here. What's fucking good? Oh. How you doing, Cold Up, my man? Really good seeing you in Dougie's stream yesterday, man. It made the whole thing a whole lot more fun. That's the best compliment I've ever had on YouTube, to be fair. Fucking sweet, boss. I love that. Double Diddy. How you doing, Toro, my man? What's good in the hood? How we doing today? It was really good to see you in Dougie's stream yesterday, man. That shit was fire. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the shit out of that. I had a great old time. Really enjoyed myself. It was a good old knees up, as they say it over here. It's fucking sweet. Loved every second of it. Full credit to Dougie as well for doing the whole for getting through the whole 6 hours, man. God damn. Bro's looking like a businessman. It's actually one of my bad MMA math shirts that I got. I ordered them from China like ages ago. And I try to stick them on stream every now and again just to do a little bit of extra branding, you know what I mean? I'm not too sure about the collars, but I ordered a whole load of different ones. I got some V-neck ones. This was the only one that wasn't in the wash. So, how are we doing today, though, boys? I think Conor and Chandler is happening in December. It's looking that way. I suspect, though, that the UFC is going to give Conor a really hard time after all of his BKFC shit, which is probably deserved. Let's be fair. He's so dumb, man. Like, for a guy who's been playing the game for so long, yet he just doesn't get it, does he? How we doing, JC? Smelly fingers as well, man. What's good, man? Good to get a comment from you on one of the videos today. That was sweet. My Perry and Jake Paul video is aged like fine wine. Mwah. The GOAT is recording in the mansion. It's not quite a mansion. I guess some people might see it that way. It's a pretty big fucking house. I'm gonna do like a nice house tour one of these days. I'll just bring you guys around the house. Down in the sex dungeon as well. Your take on Paul versus Perry was spot on. No delusion, easy money. I called it, bro. I was very, very tempted to put on a Paul KO prop, but I didn't end up doing it. In the end, I stuck him on a money line. But it was real nice to get through that. Mike Perry went from legend to unemployed in 6 rounds. He should have never taken that fight. True, but the thing is, though, I kind of get why he took it. If the pay-per-views turn out to be somewhat decent, he's probably going to get over $1 million for that fight, and he's got, again, more notoriety. So I don't know, man. I saw it going exactly how it went, and I felt bad, first of all, predicting that and taking the money from it, but I called it, man. I called it. What's up, Larry? My G, how you doing? Victriol, good to see you here as well, man. Really appreciate you turning up. I don't think Chiesa will be Ferguson's last fight in the UFC. Probably not. Ferguson's going to keep going. I don't know how many fights he's got left on his contract, but I can see him going. The thing is, I don't think Perry's stock has dropped that much for people who knows. I imagine for the general masses, probably, yeah. But he actually, in a strange way, he did a lot better than I predicted he would. I thought Paul was going to KO him by round 3, and he took some batterings in there. People who know though, man, that Perry is not a boxer, and he's small and he's dumb. Guys who know. I actually think he actually put in a pretty good account of himself. Perry's always been seen as a hard nut by people who know, and to get to the sixth round after the battering that he got, I actually think he did all right in there. I'm not too upset about it, to be honest. I think he did all right. Best case scenario, Ferguson gets a quick, impressive win against Chiesa. Put him on the December cut. The thing is that with Chiesa, it's probably likely to be I see it going the distance and it being horrible because they're both pretty shitty now. If you look at Ferguson's last few fights, it's going to be very, very hard to see a world where he finishes even Chiesa. I don't see it. Ferguson looks washed out. Like he's looked washed out in his last 6, so I don't love it. I'll be honest. I can see it going to a decision and it looking like 2 old men in there. That's what I see happening. Perry took so much damage. I think he got destined to get chinned. Yeah, I think he's going to get... The thing is, if you watch any of his BKFC fights, yeah, he chatted his way through a lot of them, but he got beat up in a lot of them as well. Perry hasn't had any, like, clear smashing BKFC wins. He's got hurt in all of his fights. He got hurt against Alvarez. He got hurt a little bit against Rockhold. He got hurt against Lane. He's been beat up a couple times, man. I don't know. Even if he gets to fight in BKFC again, I'm sure that he will. I think Conor was glazing a little bit. Ferguson 40, Thompson 41. That's basically the same age. I'm kind of with ITP though. I reckon Thompson fucks Ferguson up. That would be a horrible fight for Tony. That would be a horrible fight for. They need to give Tony some cans, really. Just give him some easy fights and just let him go out on a high because the guy's never going to leave of his own accord. So don't put him in against somebody that can smash you out because Thompson will probably deck him out in a round, I reckon. I don't hate it, but I mean, I don't really love Tony Ferguson, so maybe that's why I feel that way. But I think he's going to get... I think he'll fight Chiesa. I think he'll get one more fight after that, and hopefully they give him a nice little layup just to ease him out of the sport gently so he can go out on a win. That's the best case scenario I see for Ferguson. It's a weird one, though. I'm upset and embarrassed, to be fair. It was predictable. People were talking a lot about how Paul wasn't much bigger than him. I don't agree. You can always tell by a fighter's back. And whenever they did the pan around and you saw Paul's back and Perry's back, Paul was massive in comparison. I called it, man. How you doing, Hank the Tank, brother? What's good in the hood? How you doing, Paradox, my man? 1 a.m. Yeah, I was going to go on at 12, yeah. But then I saw that Brutally was on, and I thought I don't want to take anything from him. And then I saw that ITP went on, so I was like, nah, I know ITP's still on now, but I pushed it back to 1 just to give everyone a little bit of time to breathe. Do you know what I mean? Jake beat the 3% African out. Yeah, he's only got 2% left, for real, man. It was hot. I called it, man. I told everyone I was gonna go. How you doing, Pick'em MMA? Good to have you here, my brother. Yeah, man, we've been going live for a couple of weeks now. It's been going well. We've got a few heads up in here. Pick'em, do you have an MMA channel? Do you want to plug as well while we're here? You're more than welcome to flaunt your wares around here, so we very much encourage that in these parts. And same for my boy Hank the Tank as well. He's somebody that you got to subscribe to immediately. Jake said he was 12.5 pounds heavier. I believe him. He was 20 pounds heavier at the very least. I think Perry came in at 190, and I reckon Paul was probably at about 210, 215. Being realistic, he looked chunky. Good to have you here, though, Pick'em, man. Much appreciate you. Do you feel platinum, Frankie? Nah. The thing is that I do and I don't. Obviously, I've very strongly predicted with your assist. I'm going to keep giving you the assist until your lawyers back the fuck off. I said that Paul was going to KO him in 3, and I put that out for the world to see. So in that regard, I'm kind of all right with it, and I made money on it, so that kind of softened the blow. So I'm all right with it. I knew it was going to happen. I think Perry actually made a good account of himself. I don't think it was that bad. Pick'em has the MMA channel. He's been sweeping UFC picks. Man, I might get over there and get some money advice myself. I've been cleaning up in the last few weeks, but can always use some more good advice, especially for this one, because for 304, I'm torn, man. I am fucking torn. Let me go over to Pick'em MMA as well. And Pick'em MMA is your how you doing, Angie? Hope you're feeling better. Pick'em is your. Hang on a sec. Let me check out Pick'em MMA real quick. Oh yeah. Let me subscribe to Pick'em MMA real quick. Nice banner of Hasbula there. I hate that little cunt. I've spoken about him many times on this channel. I didn't do any official picks for this card, really. I picked a few people, but I've kind of leaned away from picking now, man. After I had a good year last year, nice 70% ratio, but 70% turnover, but I don't really do that stuff anymore. It just takes too much fucking effort. City Life Project, how you doing, my man? Fucking hell, we got all the boys turning up tonight. Fucking appreciate all of you. New Fury FC middleweight champion. I haven't watched it yet. God damn. Spoiler alert, man. I was gonna jump onto Fury FC tonight because I was watching a little bit, and I had to set up for the stream and shit, obviously. So I didn't watch it, but now I guess now I know what happened. Thanks a lot, bro. Frankie 304 is such easy money. UK gonna mug these bums. I'm concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for some of our boys. So I don't know, man. I'm holding off on putting a parlay on until Friday because I did it last week early with Iron Turtle when I got my parlay kind of reduced. So I was a bit pissed off about that. So I'm basically gonna wait to the evening of before I put anything out there. Got some fucking legends in here, man. I got fucking Hank the Tank in here. I got City Life in here. Now I've got Pick and Moves apparently killing it as well. God damn. Appreciate you hanging out with my tiny little channel on a fucking Sunday. Much love, man. Pepino FX. Nice to have you here, brother. I haven't seen you here before. Does anyone in here besides me think Blades will dominate Aspinall? I'm worried about that fight. I'm going to be honest. I know their last fight was only 15 seconds long, but Blades looks sturdy in there, man. So I don't know. I'm somebody who rates Blades pretty highly. So I don't think he's going to dominate Tom, but I think it's going to be a very difficult night at the office. That's what I'm expecting. Wouldn't surprise me if it went 5 rounds and we had a close one on our hands. I'm going to be real. I'm very scared about that fight. And Tom at minus 400 is fucking ludicrous to me. I know there's a lot of Tom glazing going on right now, and I don't think anyone's a bigger Tom Aspinall fan than I am. But even when I saw minus 400, I'm like, I'm not touching that. I'm not going near that shit. I'm concerned because Blades is quite good. I do think he's generally good. Apart from getting chinned out a couple times, I think Blades is one of the most skilled guys at heavyweight. Scheduled for surgery soon. I hope it goes really, really well. I'm really sorry to hear that you've had to go to that level. I hope you're all right. And Makayev may have plot armor. I want Makayev to lose. I'm a major Cap fan. I want Cap to chin him out. That would make my night. Tom's going to be too quick and have the better ground game. I fucking hope so, bro. I fucking hope so. That's what I'm banking on. Like, I've pretty much advertised I'm going to be there live. Probably in my onesie. I'm very much leaning towards that onesie and a pillow in hand. Just to mock the whole start time of the whole event. I think I'm going to do that. But, I mean, I expected the line to be that way, but I don't like it. I would have Tom realistically at like minus 225. I think minus 400 is a bit too far. Because outside of the Pavlovich win, Tom hasn't really beat anyone that amazing. So I'm concerned. Sorry if I'm not getting through the chats that well here. It's all a bit I'm still a bit sick and I can't read. So there's that issue as well. Appreciate that City Life project. Thanks for hanging by, man. Thanks for being so dedicated to the game. I really appreciate you. And yeah, do smash that like button if you can, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love you a long time. Yeah, I'm concerned about this weekend, especially being there live and it being so late. I'm gonna be fucking exhausted and probably 20 beers in. I'm gonna try and hook up with a couple of. I nearly had another gay clip there. I'm gonna try and hang out with a couple of dudes that are on the MMA still gay. Fuck. Gonna try and meet up with some dudes. There's no way of saying that correctly. So you'll dress how you normally do when you watch fights in a onesie. The thing is, bro, I've had a bit of mixed opinions about that. If I turn up I'm thinking of just having a onesie over my normal clothes, and then just pitching up in it, and then just because the thing is, I usually piss about 40 times when I go to a live because obviously I'm getting so many goddamn beers in. So I don't like the prospect of going to the shitter 20 times a night wearing a onesie. So I'm gonna have to be strategic about this shit. Hang out with the boys. Yeah, that's slightly better. There's always one homoerotic slip up on this stream. If you come here regularly, you'll spot them almost instantly. There's usually 4 or 5 a stream, to be fair. But no, I think I'll do the onesie over like some normal clothing and then you know, kind of see how it works out. I'm still not locked in on a parlay though. So I'm probably gonna do what I usually do like a parlay builder on Friday. But because I'm going to Manchester on Thursday, I'll probably do one on a Wednesday. Get all the boys to do like a stream parlay together, and then see how it goes, man. Like Clark Kent, and Superman got to be ready for the action at all times. Exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, Pepino, I can see why everyone's high on Aspinall. He's looked amazing, and I think the fact that he's mogged John Jones, which is what we all need in our lives, is what's adding to the extra glades. Aspinall's very, very good, and he looks very, very prepared coming into this one. Full fight camp, all of that. But I think Blades is legit dangerous, and I'm fucking nervous, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. And the fact that you're thinking of betting on him makes me nervous as well. Is Cap still even on the card? He is. He's been pushed to the prelims. They are the prelim closer. If he even weighs in. The only issue with Makayev is he might get pulled at the last minute because I reckon Makayev will duck out of it if Cap comes in overweight, which he might. Because that seems to be a strategy that he employs. So I don't know. That might be why they've pushed it off the main card as well, because they don't have faith in Cap anymore, and they have every right to feel that way. He's fucked up too many times now, and I love the dude, but I wouldn't trust him on a main card's banner either. You got to push him off that shit. But I think if he makes it, I like him against Makayev. I think he beats him up. Blades has that Sasquatch skull. That's what I'm saying. Blades looks like he was made in a laboratory. Take it easy, Angelique. Hope you feel a lot better, and good luck with the surgery if I don't catch you before then. I'm sure that I will. Yeah, Blades looks like he looks like a Neanderthal. Not even made in a lab. He looks like he was frozen in ice for 1,000 years and someone just thawed him out and just gave him a UFC contract. That's how Blades looks. I'm nervous about it. I really am. I'm nervous about Leon Edwards as well. But I think it's just that negative Brit feeling in me where it's like, surely everything's going to go fucking wrong. How you doing, 316? Blades is a solid fighter, but Tom is better in my opinion. I agree with you. I do think Blades is better. Tom is better pretty much everywhere, but I don't think it's that far apart. I think Tom's biggest advantage is obviously in the striking. But Blades doesn't have good BJJ. He's basically a get you down and try and ground and pound your ass. And Tom's pretty good on the ground, so everything suggests that Tom should be comfortable in this fight. But in heavyweight, it's even more of a coin toss at times, especially when the dudes are good. Anything can happen. And I just feel like it might be one of those cards where everything goes wrong. I just have a weird feeling. Leon and Aspinall are such fucking... I don't think they're both... I reckon one of the two of them is going to lose. Because I reckon the world and their mother is going to put the double on Blaze and Leon. Sorry, not Blaze, on Tom and Leon. I reckon everyone's going to do that as a double. And you know how the bookies get down. Something's going to go wrong with one of them. I just have a bad feeling. Appreciate the good wishes, 316. I hope you're fucking fantastic as well, my man. Hope you're having a great Sunday. True, but before the injury in the Blaze fight, he was losing, and the people he had beat in the past just isn't that highlight. I thought Blades looked better. I know it was 15 seconds. I knew it was 15 seconds, but Blades looked solid, man. I don't know, it was 15 seconds, but... So what's the new British Prezi mean for England? I wouldn't be able to tell you, mate. I didn't even know who the new Prezi was until he was elected. And I still don't know who the fucking guy is. I imagine not a lot, to be honest. Side, how you doing, brother? Good to have you here. The fucking gaming G, how you doing, bro? Just like Islam and Strickland. Yeah. ITP raid. Goddamn, I'm nervous now. I always get nervous when someone shouts out raid because my channel's so fucking tiny, and I genuinely still get nervous when I'm about to hit live on these. I haven't been doing haven't been doing that this long. So as soon as I hear raid, I'm like, shit, say something funny. And then I just sweat profusely and start panicking. I thought ITP was still popping though. What it do with the Vietnam crew? If you're ever gonna get your money's worth, don't watch a Michael Chiesa fight, man. That guy is boring. He's horrible. He's horrible. But hopefully he'll have a fun scrap with Tony Ferguson. It will be like two retired bin men scrapping in the parking lot. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm kind of praying for that to go down. Politics, here we go again. Yeah, every chat seems to be dominated by politics these days. You're not going to get much of a good American or UK politics take from me because I don't give a shit about anything. I live in my own little castle. I don't give a shit about what goes on in the outside world. You know, it's all good, man. Like, I don't give a shit about Biden and Trump. I don't give a shit about any of it. What did you think about Jake versus? Yeah, start sweating real quick. What did you think of Jake versus Perry? It was fucking depressing. But at the same time, as I said earlier, I put my pick out there firmly, and I said Jake was gonna knock his ass out. So I guess I was kind of happy. Frank, honestly, are you even British? You should be preaching about the UK smokage that is about to happen. I told you, bro, I'm Irish. I'm here as a secret double agent. Joke. Paddy or Green? I'm very torn on that one. Because Paddy Pimblett is shit. He's terrible. It's either going to go like Green's going to beat his ass up on the feet and Paddy's going to be stupid and try and stand with him. Or Paddy's going to take him down and just slap him around a little bit. I know I'm sitting on the fence for that one. I'm probably going to go with Paddy just because I think he's going to get that crowd jolt. You know, but I'm not betting on that fight. I'm staying the fuck away from that one. Yeah, I'm never excited for a Chiesa fight either. I find him cringy and annoying, to be honest. How you doing, Brutally? Thanks for turning up, bro. The average street fight is way better than the average professional fight. That is just fucking true. Speak some Gaelic real quick. Pog Mahone, Marsha the Holly. How does that work for you? It's the only fucking phrase I know. Dunon Doris, Marsha the Holly. Those are my only two Irish phrases, and that's because my mum used to shout them at me all the time. Extra points if you can tell me what I just said. Street fighting is illegal, I'll have you know. It depends where you do it. Like when I was living in China, they had like billboards up everywhere that said, don't get in a street fight because if you lose, you go to the hospital, and if you win, you go to jail. I thought that was fucking goated. I'm going to post that because I've still got a screenshot of it. I'm going to post that in the Discord, which, by the way, boys, I have left in the description for once. So don't worry to any of my goat mods who usually back me up and throw it up in the chat. I've actually put it in the description this time. So check out the Discord. We got some right chads up in there. Fiziev 2025 lightweight champ after Islam goes up and gets KO'd by Leon. I would like a world where that happens. I hope that's the alternative universe that we live in. To be fair, you lived in China. How was that? It was all right, man. I lived there for 5 years. It was cool. Then COVID happened and it all went to shit. I fucking swam my way out of there as quick as I could. But living in China was all right, man. I like living there. The job I had there was fucking amazing. I pretty much retired after finishing that job because I'm like, I don't really want to work anywhere else. In the UK, Smelly, they can send me to prison. They send in OnlyFans babes as security and they fuck them in the cell. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. UK prison looks like a holiday camp now. Access to bitches, all the weed you can smoke, PlayStations up in there. It's better than most people's regular living situations. Did you get any special treatment in China as a visitor? I did not at MMA here. I got into a lot of fights with taxi cab drivers, to be honest. Almost went to jail a couple of times. But like negotiated my way out. I've spoken about this on stream before, but before you get officially charged in a Chinese prison, you can basically negotiate with the person who's pressing charges and just hand them a little money and then shit just goes away. But definitely no special treatment. I might have been patient zero for COVID as well because I literally came over in that January, and then I was traveling back to China as COVID hit. So Did you see that video of a women prison guard fucking a prisoner? I absolutely did, mate. It's good wank bank material, to be fair. It's fucking awesome. Is man grape a thing in UK prisons? I mean, I've never been to a UK prison, but it's not like it is in America. Going to prison in the UK is basically a holiday camp. You just hang out with the boys, do some weights, smoke some weed, fuck the prison guards. Was she hot? Not really, nah. She was not hot. She was all right. I mean, we all would, but calling her hot is a bit of a stretch. I'll put it that way. She wasn't hot. She was definitely fuckable, for what that means. How you doing, Aaron Tats, bro? Thanks for the very polite ass whipping you gave me on UFC 5 the other night. I appreciate it. I got to run. Cool channel, bro. I just subbed. Appreciate that, brother. I really do. Slowly crawling towards 1,000 subscribers, as I say in here, what feels like every fucking day. So every fucking sub counts. Appreciate you, bro. I'm feeling a little bit better. I basically slept a day away after last night's festivities. But yeah, man, I'm feeling a lot better. Still a little bit rough around the edges, but I'm all good. What was the most exotic thing you ate in China? Chinese frog, I'd probably say, and it's goated, man. I highly recommend it. It's amazing. It was like mass murder though, because you get like a massive pot, and there's like 120 of them bitches up in there, so felt a little bit bad. Yeah, the problem is smelly fingers, yeah, with the prison guard thing, because the idiot fucking posted it on TikTok or whatever the fuck it was, they're going to be locking that shit down now. So it's going to be much harder to get that prison guard pussy. That guy just ruined it for everyone. Yeah, she's not, but when you're doing a 10 stretch, you just need a whore, and she was definitely a whore, top grade whore. And apparently her husband was in on the whole thing as well. She's a bit of a swinger. I read the whole backstory, man. I got into the whole lore of that shit. It was incredible. Very entertaining. Thoughts on Sapensa? I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. But feel free to fill me in on who that might be, because I've always got time on my hands. I appreciate more things to get deep into, you know? No, it's not frog legs, man. It's actual frogs. They're like tiny Chinese frogs. They're fucking amazing. The Asian women smell like sushi. Nah, they smell like Chinese. Well, I was in China, so they smell like Chinese food, I guess. Just like us white people smell like chips and fucking, what was it again? Chip fat and wet dog. Same thing, really. See, it's not racist to say that if you give some back. Yeah, I got into the lore. She was on a swinger show. Yeah, I saw that as well. The thing is, if you were in the UK, you couldn't help but be inundated with that bullshit. We saw everything about that, and to be honest, it was highly entertaining. And I fully recommend that anyone who wants to know anything about that, get into it immediately, because the shit was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious, lads. You remind me of him. He also worked in China, but he makes videos exposing China. I'm surprised he hasn't got his ass locked up, because the Chinese authorities do not fuck around, bro. If he gets caught doing that shit, he's gonna get locked up on some trumped up charges, and he'll be taking that Chinese D in no time. So you better watch his mouth. They don't fuck around there. Yeah, that swinger show shit was amazing. She's a known whore, so fair play to her. But she's probably gonna go into jail and get even more D. So fair play to her. Whites smell like mayonnaise and corn dogs. I don't know, man. I don't really fuck with whiteys, so I'm gonna have to take your word for it. And I can't. You know how you can't really tell your own smell? Maybe I do smell like mayonnaise, even though I don't eat it, and corn dogs too. He's not in China anymore, I think. I bet you got the fuck out of there once they got wind of him. Yeah, don't fuck around in China, and you definitely don't want to go to a Chinese prison. There ain't no human rights over there. Not a fan of True Geordie, but his videos on it were pure class. He made 2 of them, right? I definitely saw one of them, which was hilarious. And I think he released another one a couple of days ago where he said she was defending herself. I would be very interested to see what she said. I'm definitely going to watch it. Brutally honest, were you in Jesse on Fight? Were you in Joff's stream earlier? Because I don't know why, but I clicked on it just to see how he was doing. And I saw your name pop up, but I think it might be somebody posing as you. Because I'm pretty sure he banned you in there because he thinks you're bringing down his empire. So white people smell like the inside of an IKEA. I was in an IKEA not that long ago. And if that's true, then I need to do something about that. It might explain why people are avoiding me on the street. MMA Guru definitely smells like corn dogs and mayonnaise. Man, probably. Sup, you twat. How you doing, Chris Gray? I think that onesie idea you presented me is definitely taking shape. I'm shopping for good onesies as we speak. Is IKEA considered cheap furniture in Europe too? Yeah, pretty much. But everyone shops there because everyone's fucking poor as fuck around these parts. Joff has been getting insane views on his Trump vids right now. Joff is officially no longer an MMA channel. He's basically a Republican stooge. And fair play to the guy. Like, I tuned in for like 10 minutes earlier on and he was just rambling. I didn't even know what the fuck he was going on about. He talks about me a lot, but he doesn't name me. How does he refer to you in his streams? I can't watch Jesse let's not call him Jesse on Fire. It's Joff. He just fucking rambles. Laundry detergent and corn chips. Yeah. I say that's a fair shout as well. Oh, smelly fingers. And probably it could be true. I don't know. I'm not gonna touch that. I'm Jesse's Voldemort. Yeah, he definitely isn't too fond of you, brother. Joff said brutally has to get to 20k subs before he responds. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to respond to brutally anymore. He keeps getting mogged, to be honest. Yeah, let's try and shift the direction of the political chat in here because I don't know anything about it and I don't give a fuck, to be honest. I don't want to be known as that guy. Yeah. Yeah, it's not my brand, to be honest. I give way too less of a crap to be to give you a good take on that stuff. I'll just laugh at it with you for 10 seconds and then move swiftly on, to be honest. Jesse is a girl's name. It pretty much is. No chatty motherfucker is called Jesse. Apart from that, I'm gunslinger motherfucker back in the day. Yeah, I'm not really too keen on having like an MMA YouTube pyramid fucking bullshit go on in here, all the political talk, to be honest. None of us in here really give a shit about that, do we? Same, politics is a mug's game. Yeah, I've never voted in my life. I've never really paid attention to it. I just laugh at it and move on. Don't really give a shit. Hell yeah, bro. I can't wait to see pics of it. Definitely will get on the big screen. I'm going to bring the pillow as well. I was thinking I'll bring this one so I can just hang it on my neck, you know, nice and simple. But I definitely don't want to be stuck with a onesie all night. So I think I'm going to go with the wearing the onesie over the thing is, though, they might try and not let me into the arena if I rock up in a onesie. Because, you know, that shit definitely will get some cam time. And they don't want me embarrassing them. So I don't come to MMA chats to hear and speak about politics for 90% of it. And to be honest, Jay, when I go into MMA chats myself and that shit starts kicking off, I just bail out. Jesse, short for Jessica, changed my mind. Well, he is a known cuck. So it all adds up, to be honest. It all checks out. I'm already offended. Everything offensive you can think of without ever naming me. Yeah, that sounds about right. He fucking hates your guts, bro. I would love for Joff to hate my guts. It'd be really good for my YouTube career. If I could just get him to call me a cunt once, or a pasty fuck, or whatever adjective he wants to throw in there would be really good. Considering how he's doing now, I mean, he's on what? I checked today, he's on like 340,000 subscribers. If that's not the most undeserved rise in YouTube history, I don't know what is. But fair play to the guy. He's found something that works for him, and best of luck to him. I was kind of tired of hearing his MMA takes anyway. Yeah, I mean, Joff pretty much sent out group messages to everyone, like Brutally, MMA Guru, anyone that comes in there, and was like trying to feel them out if they were botting his fucking channels. Can you use a pacifier with the onesie? Make a statement, bruh. The thing is, yeah, I'm gonna be bringing somebody with me who I don't think will want to be associated with me if I walk around with a pacifier. I'm not sure if I can get her to roll with me if I'm wearing the onesie, to be honest, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. If I have to go to the event alone and make a late call to Brutally to get him down there and snag that extra ticket, then all the better for it. Joff got mad at me for calling him a gargoyle. I mean, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. It's like when people call me Elliot Page, and you know, you cry about it and you move on. I thought it was a charitable comparison as well. That's how I take it. Gargoyle was pretty calm. Like when you look like he does, and then you've got his banner in the background with that swollen looking cartoon that he drew up of himself. It just makes the whole thing that much more beautifully ironic. Did I tell you about how Joff blocked me on Twitter? Can you tell me how you achieved that so I can get him to block me on Twitter as well? Not that I'm following him. Did you see when Joff went off on? I don't really, to be honest, I don't really watch anything that Joff does. I'm kind of ragging on him. I told you guys before, yeah, there was like a 10-minute period in my life where I really enjoyed Joff's content, and it was literally 10 minutes. And then I pretty much got tired of the rambling and stopped heading over there. But it is what it is. Yeah, I just can't take his nonsense, especially when he always name checks and you look more way more like Ellen Page. To be honest, Jay, that's more of a compliment. Because when she or he rides that fine line, it's just all that more. It hits that much harder. I'd rather be compared to an actual female than to somebody who's like now a man who used to be a female. It seems worse to me. She is more shredded than I am, though, so fair play to her. Tony Ferguson blocked me on Instagram for no reason. Yeah, I don't imagine that would take that much. I mean, he has got like 40 personalities, so it could have been not. It might not have been the main Tony Ferguson personality. It could have been like one of his in-head alts. Josh replied under some serious post, and I commented, "Is that according to your sources?" Yeah, to be fair, that's he hates when people call out his sources, his fucking sources, and then him saying that he fucking talks to Charles Sonnen every day or whatever. It's cringy, man. If you know people, just don't call it out. You just seem like a weak little pussy. I hate that shit. When 2025 comes, you can breathe a big sigh of relief. Bad. What do you mean for 2025? What in particular? Because I'm looking forward to a good sigh of relief. To be honest, I'd love to know exactly what it is. Yeah, he always says credible twice as well, doesn't he? Whenever somebody says credible twice, it's always dodgy. It's like my credible sources. God, he's such a melt. That guy. He's such a melt. I can't take him. I just can't take him. I feel like Joff is low hanging fruit, though. I don't really want to rag on him too much because I don't really feel like he's worth my time. Me and my fucking gargantuan channel over here. I don't think he's worth it. But I would like to know more about this 2025 relief date that's coming. You've piqued my interest. No more election years. Yeah, that would be great for it. But people will always find a way to talk about it. He's best buds with Brendan Schaub too. Don't forget. Yeah, that's a guy you want on your Rolodeck for sure. That guy's got no fucking credibility left in the game. Not that he really had any. He had a good run. Old Shawby. He really did. He had a good old run. Joff is best buds with Bisping and Anthony Smith. Yeah, man. Joff's got a sick little phone book there. Fair play to him. Joff has been on Believe You Me. I can understand why Bisping did that. Hank, Project 2025 is never going to happen. Just wear a baggy hoodie and pants over the onesie. I'm sure you'll get in just fine. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to go with, Chris Gray. I think it'll have to be the onesie under. And then I'll head to the bog and do a quick switcheroo. Put the onesie on top. And then work it from there, really. Frankie used to hold my pocket in prison. Yeah, that's bullshit. We know you were holding my pocket. I'm definitely a pitcher, bro. In this little gay scene we're playing out, I'm always the pitcher. King and the Sting was lit. Yeah, man, he was really onto a winner there with Theo Von, and he really managed to fuck it up. Theo Von threw him under the bus as quickly as he could. He knows when he's on a stinker, and he got out of there real fast. To be fair, yeah, I used to kind of enjoy Brendan Sharp. It was only until people started pointing out all of his little Sharpisms and taking the piss out of him that I was like, oh yeah. And then and the thing is, yeah, I kind of took when the whole thing happened with him and Bobby Lee, I kind of thought that was kind of fucked up. But then Bobby Lee has kind of come out to be a fucking little gropey cunt as well. So feel like it was two losing sides on that one. Hank is anti-government but also anti-gun, which makes zero sense. He's just a reactionary. I haven't really seen Tank's takes on politics and gun control in general. And you know how we feel about guns in the UK over here. We're a bunch of pussies. So that's the take you're going to get on that from me. We've got enough problems with knives. We don't need to add guns into the mix. Did you hear the story Joff told about when his car got stolen by a gang and he went and called up a bunch of his special forces buddies and went full SWAT mode and took it back with him? Yeah, I'm sure that fucking happened. That's as likely as me having a fucking, like when I tell everyone I've got a 12-inch dick. It's the same thing. There's about as much truth to that. Frankie, you're obviously a switch hater. What's a switch hitter? I'm not familiar with that term, sir. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. At Smelly, if you go back to Josh's first videos, he used to do a series called Jesse and Rogan's UFC picks, clipping Joe Rogan. Oh my god, that is fucking pathetic. That is fucking pathetic. When you do like a joint show with somebody who doesn't know who the fuck you are. I didn't realize he was that desperate. Bobby Lee's old lady is fucking gross. What's her name again? Kalila or whatever her name is. She's like she's like Izzy levels. Didn't she like wank off dogs as well? Like just casually said it on a stream. She was like, yeah, I started beating him off and he just came. That's the kind of levels we're talking about with that fucking fot. Yeah, she's awful as well. They belong together, to be honest. They're both fucking disgusting. Kalela fucked her own brother, no joke. I believe it. To get with Bobby Lee and be sucking off his tiny dirty dick every night. You got to have had a fucking horrible history before that. Imagine using Joe Rogan's picks. I didn't even know Joe Rogan used to make picks. I know he used to occasionally say, oh yeah, I kind of favor this fighter over another, but he never did like official pick videos as far as I remember. I don't really watch Joe Rogan anymore either. I think like 5 years ago, I used to watch like all of his pods and stuff that came out, but I don't watch anything really that Joe Rogan does these days. I might catch the occasional clip. That's about it. I don't have that much time on my hands, man. I've got all my YouTube boys that I've got to keep up with, and that takes up the majority of my time when I'm on the platform. I ain't got time for fucking, what do you call them? Fucking plants and, all those guys. I'm not on it. He's unhinged. 100%. He's definitely unhinged. There's definitely something wrong with that guy. Digging parasites at her butt and hair. Yeah, are we still talking about Kalila? Yeah, she's fucking foul, bro. She is fucking stanky. Man, I missed the JRE days like 22, 10, 26 when it was good. Yeah, it was really good. And to be fair, like sometimes he will pop up with something that piques my interest, but I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really a Joe Rogan guy anymore. He's too mainstream now. The good old days are over, And he interviews with way too many randomers to watch him religiously these days. Kalila got them family values, bro. To be fair, like her brother might have been really struggling to get some pussy, and she just gave it up. I mean, can't believe I just said that sentence out loud. I need to stop letting you guys let my train of thought run too freely, because this is how I end up getting clipped up and fucked with. Read my message above, Frank. What did I miss? I am bound to miss things because I'm never mind, my bad. It was just Elliot Page. I get you two mixed up all the time. That's fine. It's fine. I've leaned into it. I've accepted it. It was so fresh and new at the time, talking about interesting stuff you wouldn't get in the mainstream, but it all got weird after a while. Yeah. And most of his stuff, obviously, now that he's huge, there tends to be advertisements that come with it. You know, JRE hasn't gotten wiser with age. He's kind of self admits that though, that he's not the smartest guy. But I give him a lot of credit for being able to keep up with so many. Because like I said, he's got such a variety of people on his chats and stuff nowadays. It must be all them Frankie Clips channels. Yeah, man, I've hit the mainstream, bro. I think JRE was my JRE time was about 2015, probably 2016. I wasn't really big into YouTube until like 7 or 8 years ago. So I missed a lot of the early days. I never really used to be a big YouTube watcher. It's kind of more of a recent thing for me. Are JRE's clips from 2012 still out there? Or do you have to go into what's he part of again? Spotify or whatever. Yeah, I think when it didn't take itself seriously, it was way more of a watch, for sure. I got nothing against Joe Rogan. I hate him as a commentator, and I think he knows nothing about MMA now. But yeah, I used to be the same smelly fingers. I used to watch as soon as I'd see like a notification pop up, I'd be straight on that shit. But it's very difficult to find time to have 3 hours in a day to watch an entire you know, an entire podcast. Like that's too much time that I'm willing to give. So I'll occasionally catch the odd clip because you can't really avoid Joe Rogan, even if you want to these days. He's fucking everywhere. The Fleshlight, Kayla Shake, Flotation Chank, Byron, Olive Garden, Red Band-Aids. Oh, he's back on YouTube. Buy an iPhone, you homeless. I've got an iPhone. Not to flex on you or anything, but I'm actually going to be doing a live watch along from the event on my iPhone. I've actually figured out you can do that now. So I'm probably going to dive on that for next week's card. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be fucking noisy as fuck though, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Just a little iPhone flexing on you there. Yeah, I loved his fight companions. His fight companions were great. That's kind of what got my attention to him as well. How you doing, Crystal? I didn't think you were going to turn up today. Hope you got home safely and all that. I need to know who said that and what video comments it's under. That dude is a menace. Yeah, we haven't had the usual troublemakers turn up yet, but it's early in the day. We've still got a good, we've only been going like 45 minutes and I plan on going for maybe 2 hours today. So I'm sure some of the troublemakers will turn up and start fucking with me. It's only a matter of time, Apple Podcasts. I don't really watch the Apple Podcasts. I've got to be honest. I don't fuck with those. We'll see. It infuriates me that he talks to some of the most intelligent and cutting edge people in the world and he still acts like an idiot and feigns stupidity. The thing is though, he's got his fingers in a lot of fucking pies, doesn't he? So I'm surprised he's able to keep up with anyone considering how dumb he is. I don't need YouTube. I need to start I need to start getting onto some of these Apple Podcasts. Because I'm involved in a lot of car journeys and I could use the watch time, to be honest. How you doing, Anakin, man? I saw you popped in before I went on earlier, so I appreciate having you here, man. Hope you're having a great day. I'm fucking dying. We stacked them high five while I was on the trailer. Some guys showed up, so I'm making everybody food now. You're such a legend, Crystal. Crystal Miller's YouTube deserves a fucking shout out because she's got duck smoking cigarettes and she's generally a good human being. I know I led with that comment, but good wholesome UFC YouTube content from Crystal Miller. Yeah, he's got his masters as well, 100%. Joe seems incapable as an original thought. He always appeals to the authority figure and it drives me up the wall. Joe Rogan is very, very strong on what his opinions are. I'll put it that way. And because he's friends with so many, let's just say, people in higher places, he tends to have a very kind of mainstream view of things these days, or certainly things that are politically driven. Not that I want to get into that anymore. Does Eddie Bravo still go on Joe Rogan's lives? Does he still appear on Joe Rogan? Because he was around a lot back in the day. Even though Harry is a dirty dog with the ladies, which Harry are you referring to? Not going to lie, yesterday's UFC card was actually good for once in the Apex. Do you know what, Anakin? Hanging around in Dougie's corner made that whole shit bearable. Like I was pretty much in there. I was in Paradox's stream as well, going back and forth there. I was in who else was I in? I popped up on a couple of streams and it made it really, really bearable. No Chill MMA, I was in there for a little bit as well. I was obviously in Brutally stream for a good bit as well. I was kind of floating around and just it definitely made it more fun. I had a little bit of like FOMO yesterday from not streaming myself, but when I saw how many people were on, I was like, nah, this is the perfect time to catch up with everyone, and it turned out to be pretty cool. Day was all right for me. I can't wait for 304 though. Yeah, fully mad. 304 is going to be amazing. I just hope we don't get any dropouts this week. It's going to be a very nervous week waiting for the weigh-ins and all that shit. How you doing, Sven Svensson? I know I've seen you in here once or twice. Hope you're doing well, brother. Not since Joe Rogan started getting checks from the CIA. Yeah, he probably has to watch his P's and Q's these days. Oh, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire slings no dick, bro. Jake Paul's dad raid. That would be grim. If you're raiding from Jake Paul's dad, get the fuck out, you cunt. You're going to 304. Yep, I am going to 304. Onesie in tow. I'm trying to think with you guys, like what type of onesie should I bring along? Because obviously I don't own one. I know you will assume that I do, but I'm not really a onesie wearer. I like to go commando, like fully birthday suit when I'm sleeping. Check myself out in the mirror before bed. You know, I'm that kind of guy. Yeah, Brutally Honest MMA. Like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe to Brutally MMA. Brutally MMA is the fucking G. So if you're subscribed to me, you should be subscribed to Brutally Honest MMA, because I feel like we're kind of the same kind of part of the same fucked up team now. Like just how it is. Prince Harry. Oh well, Prince Harry was a fucking phenomenal dick slinger back in the day. Like he made the British monarchy look like fucking dons, to be honest. Clearly not King Charles's son, but that's another story for another day. Musical choked on a pistachio and died. God damn. I saw him on live earlier. I hope that's not true. That would be one hell of a way to go, though. I can add that to my like I said, I got death by cop, getting triangle choked by Baby Shark, and dying live on stream. Can add that to the list. James Hewitt's son, 100%. Super shotgun nose. Pistachio death. What a shit way to go. Yeah, I could think of better ways. I have a nut allergy. What kind of nuts are you talking about? I was surprised at how good Choi looked versus Algio. He's still in his prime. I thought he was losing up until he won, to be honest with you. Maybe that's a rough take. I don't know. I thought Choi was kind of getting... I thought Choi lost the first round, but fair play to him. He came through, got the job done. Yeah. Have you not seen all the videos of Chad Harry going to talk to a bunch of babes after matches? Chad Harry was getting him marrying Meghan Markle was not surprising to me, because he was slinging dick like an absolute Chad for ages. I'm heading out. Do you mind if I promote Skate Tank's newest stuff? Go for it, bro. You know you're free to promote whatever the fuck you want in here. Sorry, I missed it. RoboCop versus Leroy Duncan Smith could be fight of the night. I think them putting that on the main card is a very good call. And demoting, as much as I love the Cap fight, I think Makayev is shit, and Cap might not turn up. So taking them off the main card preemptively, I think, is a very, very good move. That Leroy Duncan Smith fight and RoboCop is definitely going to be a banger. Musical raid. What's going on, Captain Deadpool? I've seen you about, bro. How you doing? Aaron Tats raid. Aaron Tats is the man. I never shout myself out on anyone's live streams because I think it's terrible. But I appreciate when other people do it on my behalf. Fucking legends, though, a lot of you. How the fuck is Miller a mod? Miller is a old school G in this chat. I'll have no slander towards Miller. To be honest with you, I've got no idea who's modded in here. I modded like 5 people and then shit just went off. Jigsaw, yeah, this is definitely a musical raid. I'm recognizing some some names around here. Good to have you all in here. Appreciate everyone. Reg, oh, Melson's here. How you doing, Melson? Please go easy on us today. The chat's been very, very warm and friendly up until this point. We don't need you fucking it up, you cunt. I know everything, Miller. Watch yourself around me. Fair play. Fair play. Don't want to fuck with you, Deadpool. You seem like someone to fear around here. Kamala Harris raid. I didn't even know who Kamala Harris was until this morning. I don't give a shit about politics. Couldn't give a fuck about any of it. Obviously, Western is a mod. Western was my first mod, I believe, when I had nobody in here, which wasn't that long ago. I can't remember how I subbed. I think City Life Project shouted you out. Yeah, I've been hanging around in City Life Project quite a bit, especially to watch some of those regional cards, because he's the only one who can be fucked to do them. So, you know, I definitely turn up there. Androids are better than iPhones, and this is coming from an iPhone user. That's why I fuck with both, to be honest. I usually walk around with two phones, keep the bitches in check and all of that shit. Never walk around with one line. WMC, you better stop slutting around for a wrench. I've got no comment about that. The mod game is what it is. We certainly got a lot of career mods up in here. City Life fears you. Nah. Bad MMA math fears you, bro. The fuck is CPS? CPS. Western's hobby is collecting wrenches, you see. It's a pretty good hobby to have, to be fair. I mean, if you're not gonna go on YouTube yourself, you might as well step up the mod game. Oh, Child Protective Services, got ya. I'm glad I said that out loud. Fucking brilliant. Deadpool, I like you, but this is a hard warning. Yeah, I tend to give Westy free reign in here. Well, I can't be fucked to do it myself. So he's like the Mussolini of this chat. Would you throw sticks at Kamala Harris, Frankie? Slumpbuster, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I heard you pay the mods a 100k salary. I'd be broke in about 10 years if I did that, bro. So no. I built this channel with raids, Frankie. You'll be hearing again from my lawyers, Cheatham, Petty Fogger, and Scum. Bro, I do give you a lot of credit for giving me a boost in here. Because like I said, man, 5 weeks ago I had like five homies up in here and it was a dead zone. So I appreciate every cunt in here. Everyone who shouts me out, you got nothing but my love, because I'm certainly not going to do it myself. I'm not big on the begging. Do you know what I mean? I'll turn up to people's chats, but I never shout myself out because I'm not a fucking simp. So, fellow Brit, how long have you been watching MMA? I've been hardcore for about 12 years, but I used to watch. So I've watched every UFC and a lot of kind of, I've watched kind of general cards here and there for the last 12 years. But I've pretty much been watching the sport for about 15 on and off. But I got really hardcore about 12 years ago. You got the chat popping on Biden step down Sunday. Man, I don't know, man. I think Musical choking on a pistachio has really helped my numbers today. So shout out to Musical for taking one for the team and basically dying on the stream so I get a little boost around here. ITP sent me to you. Yeah, ITP is another guy who's really, I think somebody shouted me out in ITP. I think it was Aaron originally as well. Shouted me out. I think the first raid I ever got was an ITP raid, and I literally nearly shit my pants. First of all, I didn't know what a raid was. I thought I was getting assaulted. And then all of a sudden, like loads of people flooding in, and I was like, shit. You can go back and watch it. I literally cracked my jocks hard on that one. Pissed myself a little bit as well. Do you have any martial arts training? I did judo as a youngster, and I was fairly decent. But am I liable to kick your ass in the street? Nope. I'm 5'8". I'm more liable. I'm the kind of guy who picks up the nearest thing and tries to smack you with it. I'm that guy. No training required. Just find the nearest object you can find and just go wild. To test a hardcore, there's the only question was if Anderson Silva was good or not. And I believe I bigged up Anderson Silva pretty hard in the last live that we did. I went on a fucking 20-minute tirade about how good Anderson Silva is. So Jigsaw, whereabouts are you? Are you a fellow UKer as well, bro? Yeah. I'm assuming you are if you're around in musicals chat. I'm assuming so. It's getting very, very diverse in here, which I'm obviously thrilled about. Do you have a flashlight as a piss bucket while on stream like Guru? Nah, man, I don't. The thing is here, I've got no manners in it. So I usually, in the first ever live stream I did, I literally walked off like 5 times to take a piss. And that's how I handle that situation. I haven't developed to a piss bucket yet. I don't think those days are ever going to come. Yeah, Betty brought in the first raid. That makes sense to me. And I don't know why Betty would give me a raid, because I'm a cunt. How you doing, ITP? What's good, man? I didn't know if you were still on or not. I basically delayed my stream because I didn't think you were going to come on today. And then when you popped on, I was just like, I'll push it back to 12:30. Then it was 1 o'clock, and then here we are. Would you ever do a gaming type stream? We were going to go on with Dougie on Saturday and do like a UFC 5 thing. I bought the game specifically for it. And then he bitched out and did like an AI one where I fought his character, and then I whooped his ass. So I am kind of heavy into gaming, kind of. Like, I don't play as much as I used to, but I guess if the people called for it, I wouldn't mind doing shit like that. Listen, if you want to get serious about streaming, miss jugs are a must. Oh, you mean piss jugs? I don't know, man. I've got some decent discipline. I usually take a piss before I go on stream, like an adult. And I mean, I'm not at the age yet where I'm pissing every 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Jigsaw, you're a Brit, mate. Whereabouts are you, bro? I'm happy to dox myself if you are. Guru pisses in a Dixie cup. I'm sure he'd be very flattered to hear that. Guru has a catheter. See, I was trying to think of that word and I couldn't. I might have to go down the catheter route if things get really serious around here. Fight me on stream. I will do it, Chedhead. Literally, when I get off here, I'm going to add you onto Xbox. I've only got one friend on Xbox Live. I mean, I only did sign up for it a couple of days ago, and Aaron whooped my ass. I'll fight you on stream, Cheddar. I'll fight you on stream. I've just got to figure out how to hook up my Xbox onto a live stream, because I operate from a laptop and my Xbox is inside my my living room. So I've got to try and work that shit out. But I'm sure we can get something going. If the people call for it, I'm happy to do it. But I suck at fighting games. Aaron will tell you. I got fucking battered, mate. Play Dougie in UFC 5. I reckon I could duppy up Dougie, though. He looks like he's got a very one-sided game. Hopefully you're in here, Dougie, you cunt. We'll throw out a challenge on that one. I reckon I could do you over. Fight Night Champions is the best fighting game free on Game Pass. I've never even heard of that. Email knows how. I'm not sure I should be taking any advice from Email, to be honest. I think I have screen recordings of the fights. Sweet, man. You can embarrass me in public. You weren't that bad, considering it was my first and second ever fights on UFC. I think I did okay. I think I survived to the 3rd round in both fights, if I remember rightly. But I didn't know how to dodge. I only figured out how to block about halfway through the first fight. It was literally just you know, it was kind of button mashing and hoping for the best, pretty much. Emo, he's saying you know how to live stream with gaming streaming, that you have the knowledge on that shit. That's not the real MMA guru, surely. No fucking chance, bros. I'm not even going to address this shit. If you ain't got a weapon, I'm going to pick up a... Jesus Christ, the fucking chat's moving like fucking crazy right now. I bet Brutally dominates CR. Probably. Brutally, you've been playing UFC for a little hot second, right? Oh, it's a boxing game from 2011. Fair play. I once challenged a buddy to a punch-up. I immediately cracked his ribs. Fucking hell. Bad math. Do you play any UFC games? I just cracked out UFC 5 recently. I played 2 games online with Aaron Tats and got my fucking ass whooped. And it's the real guru, Frankie. Jesus Christ. You might get 20 minutes of just silence now. I don't think I can handle this. Jesus Christ. He's got the check. How the fuck did Guru end up in here? And he knows my name. Holy shit. Nah, this can't be real. This can't be happening. You have to believe us, Frankie. I seriously don't, bro. I seriously don't. I know I saw you in Dougie's stream once or twice, and I was pretty shocked then, but having you up in here would be crazy. I'm assuming it's somebody's alt though. It's not Guru, it's MMA Joey. Yeah, I'd be literally I'd feel nothing if MMA Joey came up in here. I'd call him a fat cunt and tell him to get the fuck out and hope a mod takes care of the situation. UK MMA Chads unite. Who's we? You ain't us. We've been here. Just because you couldn't debate me, Hank, doesn't mean you did anything wrong. You called everyone names. I didn't call you anything. Yeah, let's try and keep it friendly, boys. It's Joff. He hacked Guru. Yeah, that's a very likely situation. Joff is on a rampage at the moment. He's on a fucking rampage. It wouldn't surprise me if he went that far. The Yoel Romero impression has taken over his mind. A new personality has developed. How many subs does Who have? You mean the so-called guru in here? I'm not even shotting myself. I literally feel like I'm having an aneurysm right now. I'm having an aneurysm anyway because we've had 2 raids going on and I'm like, I can't handle this shit. Yeah, I'm way too small time to be dealing with the big cheeses coming up in here. Yeah, man, let's get me to 1K as soon as possible. I would really appreciate that because I am crawling towards the target. Fucking crawling on my fucking hands and knees at this stage. But if it's popping off in here, like I said, I don't really give a fuck. Bro, I'm hella behind on the stream. I've totally lost control here. I feel like I'm all flustered and whatnot. It's crazy. I thought you were live streaming as well, Paradox. I assume that's what was going down. I need to start streaming on Sunday more because every time I stream on a Sunday, something fucked up happens. The fact that the guru called me Frankie, though, I'm like, nah, there's no way he knows my name. No fucking way. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it anymore. Like I said, having so many people pop up in the lives now is just amazing. Take off your shirt. No stummy wummy for you, sir. I ain't simping for anyone out here. Not that I'm not proud of what I've got underneath here. I'm fucking banana man under here. Do you know what I'm saying? Jiggy, it's good to see. Yeah, it's definitely fake. The real MMA guru has 510k subs. He did a crib reveal at 500k. I might do a crib reveal at 1k. I'm still looking for like a what do you call it? Like a what do they call them? You know, when you do something to celebrate your 1k. I'm willing to take suggestions on that shit. Act like you've been here before. It's getting harder and harder, Sven. I'm going to be honest. I've been sick for the last few days and I've just literally recovered. And now that I've got so many people up in here, I'm freaking out slightly. I'm not going to lie. This is fucking wild. Guru did have a crib reveal and he just had lawn chairs and furniture. Nah, man, Guru's come up in the world. The fact that he's got like he's moved into his own crib. A lot of us were here for the entire journey and we've seen where he's come from and it's a pretty sweet story, to be fair. It really is. Guru doesn't have 500k. I think he's sitting at about 205, something like that, which is fucking crazy and well deserved. It's been around for ages. UFC 4 is too easy. I did play UFC 4 for a couple of days and then binned it. To celebrate 1K, me and you and Weston have to have a drink off. Nobody's beating me in a drink off. You don't want to fuck with the goat in a drink off. Have you not seen my early streams? Have you not seen my early streams? Bruh. Me swinging my shirt around and shouting and screaming I'm a warrior. And then falling out the window and my stream just going dead midstream. You don't want to fuck with me in a drink off. Do a beanie reveal, that will get him going. Like actually put a beanie on for 1K. We could go this take off your hat. You mean rip my wig off? I'm not doing that. Crystal, I'll murk both of you easily. Weston, you don't know who you're fucking with. You clearly don't understand true Irish blood, bruv. I know you've got Irish blood in you as well, but it's diluted. You ain't ready for this. Someone say drink off. Yeah, we could do bro, we'll do a live drink off on 304. Because like I said, I'm going to be at the event and I'm going to be drinking like a fish. And I'm probably going to try and live stream for it. So you'll see how your boy gets down. You're going to see me in the bog though about 60% of the night because I fucking pee like a racehorse when I get going. Crystal Miller will drink you under the computer. We'll see. If anyone's going to beat me, it's going to be Crystal Miller. It's not going to be fucking Westy. How about a smoke off? Nah, man, I'd get bodied in a smoke off. I'd get smoked I'd get literally bodied in a smoke off. That first drug stream was epic. Yeah, it was. I don't remember any of it. I'm afraid to go back and watch it again. I don't usually watch my live streams, but that's one I've definitely got to. No, I'm not going to 304 solo. I'm going with the mother of my son. She's coming along with me. So she'll be with me for the evening, even though she has no interest in MMA whatsoever. I think I could win a meth off. I did morphine once after I had surgery, and I reckon I could hack it. That could definitely be a 1K stream idea if we ever get there. Everything went downhill after UFC Undisputed 3. In UFC 4 and UFC 5, it doesn't even look like it hitting each other. The connection dynamics on those games are dog shit. The one thing they need to get right in the game, they just don't get it right. Bro, I don't care if you're Polish and Russian. You ain't got nothing on the Irish. We bleed that shit. Nah, man, I'm nearly 40. I'm 40 this year. I've got a 20-year-old daughter, bro. I'm an old cunt. Who wins in a DMT off, Rogan or Rashad? I heard that Rashad can't handle his business, to be honest. That would be a Rogan L before they even got started. Or a Rogan W, should I say. I will definitely take more heroin than you, Frankie. Light work. I've been in training. God damn. This is turning out to be... I was expecting a very quiet Sunday, and I've already shit and pissed myself. Bloody hell. You look young. Yeah, early retirement definitely helped with that. Sleeping whenever I want to. Avoiding sunshine. Moisturizing. Those are the keys to success, my friends. Bro, I'm 40 years old. I was born in 1984. I'm actually 40 in October. Can you out-grapple Jake Hadley? Depends how drunk we were. But no. I'm actually a decent wrestler for a UK cunt. Who doubled up my 10-second delay? I've got no idea. Like it's free reign in here. I've got no idea who's controlling the speed of my chats. The Bisping walkout must have been wild. I remember watching it and thinking that. Which Bisping walkout are you referring to? Guys, I dig around in my couch cushions and find bottles of vodka. I used to go on like 5-6 day benders, so I'm a pro around here. I'm a pro drinker, boys. I talked to Rashad Evans before. In what context? Food poisoning or orgy recovery? For what? I'm totally fucking lost. Oh, yeah, 304 should be fucking incredible. Bisping versus Hendo 2 was at 5 a.m. as well, and they did it in the UK as well, yeah. I didn't know that was in the UK. Retired already? Yeah, I retired 9 months ago. Yeah, Aaron Tatz needs to take control here. Yeah, I retired 9 months ago. And it's been fucking awesome. Been spending time with the family. It's around about the time that my the YouTube thing kind of really I started to kind of double up on what I was doing. Started making more videos and stuff like that. I've just got more time now. I'm not head mod. Westy is head mod. That is facts. Paradox is raging right about now. No, Jax is doing a gas station run. How you doing, Lala? I was watching our video on the power slap thing recently, and I was laughing at our own work. That was a really good watch back. I would toss you around, Frankie. How it depends, bro. What are your stats like? How big are you? Let's get real up in here. How you doing, Andy? Congratulations on getting to 100 subs, Andy. Must have been quite a big moment. I remember when I first got to 100 subs, there was no feeling like it. It was amazing. Lala, are you playing with that chat delay? Cool if you are. Yeah, Lala should be a head mod as well. I'm assuming Lala isn't. But I don't know, maybe she is. I'll literally never believe you're 39. It's visually impossible. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, but unfortunately it's true. It's true. It would seem like a weird lie to come up with, saying you're 40 when you're actually 29. I mean, it gains you nothing. Do you know what I mean? What does it gain me? You know? Yeah, I hope you're doing good, Andy. If you're also in the stream here and you're new, please subscribe to me. That would be awesome. I'm trying to gallop my way to 1,000 subs, but also subscribe to Andrew, who just got over 100 subs. 110. That's fucking great, bro. Man, I did like 3-4 hours of plant shit. Just let your videos play. I had to catch up on so much I've missed. I'm cooking. No idea how to change that chat speed. Yeah, I got no idea either. I've got no idea how to handle. I've got no idea how to handle. Why 29 specifically? Yeah, I don't know where the 29 came from. I think somebody mentioned it in the chat. 29 tops. I wish I was still 29, bro. I've got kids and responsibilities and shit. You know? I miss being 29. Those are the good old days. Dick slinging like a fucking maverick. A great time. Those days are long past me, man. I look like a fucking ball bag in real life, mate. Just one gigantic ball bag with eyes. Yeah, big ups to Andrew, 100%. Give Andrew some more subs. He definitely deserves them. Lala Rasputin, managing mod of Frankie streams. Lala is making the walk's wife. And we've done videos together in the past. All three of us. They've been fucking amazing. I won't be gaslit. Stop it. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to show my ID on stream, and I'm not going to do it. Believe it or don't believe it. I'm happy for people to go on thinking I'm in my 20s. It's all good. It won't be the first thing I've lied about or the last. So, you know, it is what it is out here. Frankie, what are we talking about? We're talking about how I'm not 40 years old, even though I fucking am. I swear to God. Mark is your son. I don't. Which Mark are you referring to? I know you're not. I know that wasn't directed at me. I won't be gaslit. I love that though. How's musical recovering from his near choking earlier? What's your favorite songs and TV shows growing up? I listened to a lot of like hip hop. So it was like Biggie and Tupac was probably what I listened to a lot of growing up. Jay-Z, Nas, that kind of shit. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was pretty popular on TV when I was growing up. Watched not a lot of Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. Does that help you? Does that help direct you to the truth, my friend? Yeah, making the walk is Jax. I'm kind of a musical retard though. I don't have a musical knowledge is probably my lowest area of expertise. But yeah, somebody came in here and said that Western nearly choked on a pistachio. Not Western. Musical nearly choked on a pistachio. I'm 5'10", 165 pounds right now, and I did jujitsu and judo for years at high level as a kid. Also a bit. Yeah, you probably want my ass. To be fair, you got the credentials. You're like 2 inches taller, and you've actually fought people for real. So you probably want my ass. I'm not gonna stunt on here like I'm Superman. I was just joking about musical choking. Thank God, I was worried there for a second. I thought he pretended to choke on stream just to give me a raid boost. The fucking legend. Show us your latest birthday card, bro. My birthday was last year in October. First of all, you think people give me birthday cards? I don't even get birthday cards from my own family. My own family ate my birthday cake before I woke up last year. That's the kind of clout I've got around here. I get no respect in my own house. I literally woke up and the cake was dismantled, and they were like, "Oh, you're awake." That's how I get treated around here. Got no respect. Imagine if your name was Frankie Frankson. It's not. My name's not even Frankie. Frankie's just like basically Jack started calling me Frankie on here, and now everyone calls me Frankie. My name's actually Francis, so it's not that far off. I'm 5 foot even, and I can deadlift 3 plates for 9 reps. I wish I knew what that meant. I'm not much of a gym rat. I just do my home workouts. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get so mini beefy around here. I'm just a push-up guy, and occasionally I'll throw a bar up and down. Try to alternate jerk hands. You know what I'm saying? Keep the forearms popping. Yeah, musical said chewing is for Kumas, and then he began to choke. Ah, god damn. I was in his live stream earlier as well, and he looked very well and good. So his name is Matthias. That's another one that's been doing the rounds as well. Frankie Matthias. I should maybe do like a Bobby Green and change my name to that, because I am painfully close to getting doxxed around here. I've given way too much personal information out. Francis is better. Yes, my actual name. I'm not showing you my passport. My passport's actually behind me. I'm not that stupid. Rigo said he wanted to spar you. I would fuck Rigo up. Rigo would be light work. Hobknocker. I'm assuming you might be a Rigo alt. If you want to call me out, brother, just come here with your own fucking main channel. Do you know what I'm saying? I would beat the fucking brakes out of Rigo. And I'm not even saying that as a fucking flex. It'd be light work. A deadlift is bad though. Betty Joe Rogan told me. I just do like arm curls. That's it. I don't fuck with kettlebells. I'm not fruity. I mean, I am fruity, but I don't use kettlebells. I wouldn't want to touch a hair on your head, Frankie. Don't worry. I love my boy Harry Maguire. I appreciate that, man. I'm surprised you even know about Harry Maguire. Would your fight with Rigo be at atom weight? 100%. I reckon I could just about make the flyweight limit if I got in a few cheeseburgers over the week. I mean, I don't even know what your passport shows, to be honest, other than your name and age. It's got your passport number in it. I don't want that shit getting out. So, like I said, I'm paying. I've almost been doxxed a couple of times on here. I had somebody come in here and give away my IP address and all that kind of shit. But luckily, I was using a VPN, so. And it was lucky because it turned on by itself. I actually forgot to put it on that day, but it came on auto. So, yeah, do a fight, bro. I'll fight you at soy weight, you cunt. Get on camera before you start throwing out soy weight shit, you little pussy. You fucking fake Blasian. Victim weight. Fucking hell, Tats. Jesus Christ. I expect this kind of shit from Paradox, but from you? God damn. Yeah, I heard about Rigo versus you, Andrew. That was some disgraceful bullshit. And it's part of the reason why I think the guy's such a little prick. So fuck Rigo. If you start a fight with Rigo, you'll be doxxed by the end of the week. But like I said, man, you don't want to turn up at my house. I might look soy, man, but I'll fucking draw for the knife set quicker than you can fucking blink. My son's in this house. You fucking knock on my door without fucking invitation, you're likely to get fucking skewered. Ironically, Rigo looks the age that Frankie is. Yeah, we've got kind of a reverse situation going on here. You know? He looks 65 and I look 12. And yet somehow I'm older than him. I'm assuming I'm older than Rigo, judging by his personality. What did Rigo do to Andrew? I heard there was some I'm not going to get into this because I don't think anyone wants to talk about this, but there was some bullshit. There was some bullying going on live streams. That's what I heard. Which is exactly on brand for that little weasel, so whatever. Harry Maguire's sniper's dream. Meh. Not a bad take. Lol, if we're all going to talk to you guys, got to come down to my house and start throwing hay bales before I start asking nicely. Where exactly are you, Crystal, again? I know you've mentioned it before. Obviously, I know you're stateside, but I can't remember exactly where. Fake Blasian. Yeah, man, I'm calling you out. I'm going to keep saying it until you've got the bollocks to take your camera out. Frankie finna stab the postman. Yeah, we've had a few close calls. We definitely want to get into it. The thing is, I always complain whenever we get into the YouTube drama here, but then I kind of help facilitate it from time to time, so I can't really complain. Yeah, man, I'll shish kebab anyone that turns up to my gated community. Jucky, as we call it round here. Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Man United fan. It's looking like a good window for you bastards. You might actually be back. I'm a little bit nervous. Have you seen one Mexican girl in the UK? I don't really go up to people and ask them where they're from. I've seen some Mexican-looking females around for sure, but that was when I lived in London. Oh, you're in North Dakota. That's right. I've seen Mexican girls in London, but I don't live in London anymore. I live in Cambridgeshire, which is a very, very big area, so I'm only kind of half doxing myself right now. But yeah, I don't live in London anymore. If you're a streamer, then the drama is super necessary. I've definitely got thick enough skin for it. I'm an Aston Villa fan. Good season for you boys. Fucking hate that club though. Mostly because I'm a Newcastle fan and you guys were celebrating way too hard that day we got relegated. I keep the receipts. I'm an Everton fan, innit? No, you're not. You don't like football, Paradox. That's a lie. That's bullshit. I don't know what it is. It just sounds cool. I'm a Forest fan. Forest is an OG in the game. They've at least won stuff. So Forest is like a it's not an embarrassing club to say that you support. Because at least you've got a couple cups to your name. So it's not that embarrassing. I didn't know that about Jiggy. I'm happy to find that out. So Jiggy, are you from around that area then, I'm assuming? I'm having a debate on Musical MMA's channel on Wednesday. That should be cool. What's the debate about? I'm assuming it's not going to be MMA related because it very rarely stays MMA related up in musicals. You mean Notts Forest? Yeah, Nottingham Forest. I support United. Ugh. Thanks for ruining my fucking childhood. I decided to pick Newcastle very, very early, and it's just been nothing but misery ever since. I've just been getting reamed out. Never won a goddamn thing. I basically get a boner when we win a match, let alone a fucking cup. But we're a bit better these days. Let's see. Look at Jiggy's. It's very hard to see from here. You've got to remember, I'm 40 and I should have got reading glasses years ago. So I'm like, it looks like a red Christmas tree from where I'm sitting. You don't want to pull up to my igloo or throw a hot legendary Canadian maple syrup in your face, then release my gang of beavers. I spent some time in Nottingham. It's a grim place. The council banned. But bro, you live in Stoke. People in glass houses, you know what I'm saying? Nottingham is quite a good student town to go and get poon from. It's a good place to go if you're like a student. Head over to the universities there and just go poon crazy. That's what you need to do. Facts. 2 European Cups. Most big clubs can't say that. Yeah, 100%, man. How many European Cups do Man United have? I swear they've got like 6 or something like that. Maybe not even that many. No, I'm from the northeast, but I support Forest. Fair play, bro. I'm obviously from nowhere near Newcastle, but I support them. I'm a contrarian, innit? I picked a team that nobody else gives a fuck about because I don't like following. We have strip clubs and brothels. I was not aware of that. It's making me want to come to Stoke even more quickly. I was seriously thinking of stopping there before I came to Manchester on Friday or Thursday evening, but considering you're coming down there anyway, maybe I can stop by on the way back. Yeah, brutal. Grim is accurate. I don't know where you're from, Paradox, exactly, or what part of the country you're from. I've got my suspicions. I'm not going to share them right now. But yeah, been to Nottingham many times, and it's basically just a shitty student town at this stage. If you're in, it was one of the university tours that I did when I went to university down south. We'd go to like Leeds and Liverpool and just go and find party spots there and just go get fucked up. And Nottingham had some wild ass fucking parties from what I remember. You should have a devoted from your family to make them move out. I'm not sure what that means. I'm a little bit lost on that one. So what age are you going to decide to age? Bro, I'm already getting like the crow's feet and I've got a few like grey hairs growing in. So I don't know, man. I feel like I'm going to wake up one day and I'm just going to look fucked. I mean, more fucked than I look now. I feel like it's coming. But, I'm hoping that the early retirement is going to slow down the process a little bit. I mean, I don't really care that much. I'm well out of the dick slinging game. So what do I really need to look half decent for? Pointless. Newcastle on the rise. We are. I'm a bit worried this summer though, because we still haven't bought fuck all. So what the fuck is Goose Fair? The best thing about Nottingham is the Goose Fair. Is that a euphemism? Is that like a brothel thing? I'm not. Paradox recommended to me to move to Cornwall or Bristol when I come up. It's on the list now with Cardiff and Manchester. Well, the fact that they've you should be moving to Stoke, man, with all the brothels and strip club talk. You need to get your priorities in order. As soon as he said strip clubs and brothels, I was like, where? Let's fucking go. Vegas is nice and clean and security everywhere. They are super contrasting, not as a whole. Any other ideas for me, Frankie? You mean in terms of places to move? It depends. It depends who you're coming with. If you're coming by yourself or if you're coming with a family, I don't know how much you want to reveal. The answer may be different. Do you know what Scientology is? I do. I do know what Scientology is, unfortunately. Ever meet Tom Cruise or John Travolta? Well, they live in the same closet as I do, but I haven't met either gentleman, unfortunately. Don't really care to be honest. Goose Fair has been around for 2 centuries, Frankie. I've never heard of it. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's the UK's biggest fair. Lots of student puss. Maybe I was there and I just didn't know it was called the Goose Fair. Highly possible. I don't usually pay attention to little details. I don't really care. Yeah, Forrest just signed Elliot Anderson from Newcastle. He's very good, man. I think you overpaid for him a little bit, but he's a very good player. I was a little bit sorry to see him go. He's decent. On the screen, maybe. Yeah, pretty much. Stoke is now on the list. My bad. Yeah, you got to check out Stoke then. I'm definitely getting myself around there at some point. For sure. Just a quick reminder to everyone: if you could chuck up a like on the video, that would be real sweet. I need to dig into the possibility that the real MMA guru turned up here earlier. I'm still shaking. I didn't realize I was such a bitch until that moment. I saw MMA guru pop up and I was like, I just froze. And then suddenly just loads of people started coming in and then I just pissed myself a little bit. And it was just, yeah, it's fucking, what a Sunday. Even if it was a phony, I've now prepared myself for that moment in case the real guru ever turns up in here. I had to ask my girl if it was called Goose Fair, to be honest. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Everyone has liked. Fucking sweet. Leon wins by decision or KO. I reckon. See, because I can't click on his name, Captain Deadpool, because I'm in Restream and I can't actually click on people's profiles. But I might go back and check it later just to see if it really went down. Leon wins by decision or KO. I reckon decision. If he even wins. I'm very nervous about that. I think we did. I'd never heard of that keeper. It was blatantly a PSR thing, 100%. For those Americans who don't know about it, we basically had to sell people in order to not get fucking point docked next season. I am pulling up by myself to slay some. I'm sure you're going to do very well, Chris Gray. 5'10", off the wall Chad like you. I'm sure you're going to do very well over here. When the fight got announced, everyone said Bobby is going to run through Paddy. Now everyone all of a sudden is on Paddy. Makes no sense. I think it's because he changed his name to the K word. So everyone thinks he's obviously lost his fucking mind. So it's like he's gone full retard. And I'm not sure he's going to win a fight, even against somebody as shit as Paddy. Damn, so he just knows your name. You're on his watch list. Yeah. Yeah, when he said Frankie, I was like, this can't be the MMA guru. It can't be. How we doing, Northie? Quick shout out to Northwest425. Please subscribe to Northwest. He is a legitimately homeless YouTuber who could use your donation. So if you feel like doing a solid, nice thing on a Sunday afternoon, subscribe to your boy Northwest and throw him a donation. He could really use the support. Genuine homeless YouTuber who makes fucking banging content. So shout out to Northwest425. Please support him. It was kind of him to pop in. If it was him, I'm fucking blown away. Because like I said, he jumped into Dougie's chat and Dougie was very, very chilled about it. So I'm assuming that he's jumped in there before. And he somebody gifted him a membership, which I thought was quite funny. Thanks for chucking the link in there, Weston. Appreciate it. Do British people like Canadians more than Americans, or they just think the same for both? Yeah, we probably think you're both soy, to be honest. We don't think you're soy. I don't really think we have many opinions on Canadians. We don't really pay you much attention, to be honest. And we're licking that American bumhole, so I'd say we probably favor those guys. We're all over that American snatch, to be honest. It's pretty gross. But I'm Irish, so I can make as much fun out of British people as I want, even though I moved here when I was 1. No, Paddy is shite. He can't strike, and he hasn't fought anyone good yet. And part of me is kind of leaning on Green, but I'm just not. I think the home advantage might work for Paddy. Not much. I wouldn't say banging content, but thanks. It's definitely unique. I enjoy your videos, but I keep missing your live streams, which is fucking annoying because it tends to be my nap time when you go on live. You're actually Irish. Yeah, I was born in Cork and I was there for the first year of my life. And then my mum dragged me here against my will because I had a crazy alcoholic father. Did you move because of the troubles, personal troubles? Yeah, for sure. My dad was an alcoholic schizo pretty much. Now you have my blind loyalty. I appreciate that, my man. It's really nice having you in here as well because I've seen you around on a lot of chats, so I know I'm fully aware of who you are. So it's really sick having you in here as well. I'm a Canadian guy. I know, Andrew. I've been stalking you for like a week now. I know about you, Andy. Paddy by sub. Um, the very first minute of that fight's going to be very telling because I think Paddy's going to be stupid enough to try and stand with him, and if he gets popped in the mouth a couple of times, it might fucking throw him off. Was your dad ex-IRA? He was. He was ex-IRA. He was a genuine fucking nut job, mate. Cork, the home of Roy Keane. I was actually born in the same hospital as Roy Keane. It was called the Sacred Heart Hospital. Same hospital as Dennis Irwin as well. If you remember that cunt. This should prove to people that I'm an old bastard. The very fact that I'm talking about Dennis fucking Irwin. No one remembers that cunt. Yeah, he raided Dougie like 2 or 3 times before. I heard him talking about him on Guru Stream. He likes stuff. Yeah, that's a great shout out to get. It really is. Like, it must be very disconcerting to have him shout you out. Like, Jesus. I love eating curry chicken and rice and potatoes while watching a UFC pay-per-view. Thanks for sharing, Cold Art. I was waiting for your food take of the day. You know? What a legend outside of the problems. Obviously, did your dad attack you? I took a couple of ass whippings, a handful, but that's just a casual. If you were born in the 1980s and below, ass whoopings are like a regular thing. He didn't whoop my ass on a regular basis because like he didn't live with us after I was like 3 years old. But I met him like a few times after that, and I definitely caught a couple of beatdowns for sure. Probably deserved them, to be fair. I was born in a house. Yeah, I know Owen. Yeah, brutally understands the soccer game. No, my dad died in he died like 16 years ago. He died like 2 days before my 22nd birthday. So 16, 17 years ago. He was basically like a raging alcoholic, and then he stopped drinking for like 10 years, and then his dad passed away, and then he passed away about a year and a half later. He just got hard on the booze again and just had a heart attack. Look at this beautiful chat. After I just finished saying that, and then just look at this beautiful chat. Didn't Fergie say Irwin was his best player? Definite glazing. But he was probably the most professional guy he ever had, because Irwin was not the most... He wasn't the best footballer, but he was a damn good professional. And then Gary Neville came in and took his shine. But yeah, this is a nice chat today compared to last Sunday. Last Sunday actually popped off really nicely as well. It was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. Speaking of Sacred Heart, you've got to watch the Stephen King Kingdom Hospital. I'll check it out. Yeah. And I've got some issues with the old parents, to be fair. It's been a rough one. I don't mind talking about personal shit. I'm not against that kind of thing. I mean, you guys take your time to spend time listening to me waffle for hours on end. The least thing I can do is share a little bit of personal history. You know, I got to go to bed. I took too much melatonin since I have to wake up early. Have a good one, Frank. Thanks a lot for turning up, Aaron. And I'll probably catch you tomorrow at some stage, bro. Keep it easy. Take it easy, bro. Thanks for showing up as always. I appreciate it. I don't still talk to my dad, Chris, but I did. He actually tried to phone me about 3 days before he died, and I was really pissed off of him, so I didn't take the call. And then he died of a heart attack a couple of days later in Poland. He was risen up some Polish bitches, and yeah, fucking kicked the bucket, mate. Went and got some mac and cheese. About to have a killer night. Sweet, man. Won't show your birth certificate though. I think it would be a very stupid thing to do to show anything like that live on stream, just to prove to you that I'm an old cunt. If you want to believe that I'm 28 or 29, I'll fucking carry on with that narrative, mate. I really don't mind. I'm definitely a vampire to stay. Well, I do avoid the sunlight, and I do invite. I do. I'm not going to say that. I was about to say something really out of pocket there. You almost got me. No, I don't know. I don't know how I've managed to. I can't grow. I can't grow like a full beard either. It might just be one of those things where I've got like a genetic condition where puberty never hit. Could be that. It could just be one of those things. Damn, sorry to hear that, bro. Always super tough to lose a parent at a young age. I was only like 8 when mine died. Yeah, that's really, really rough. To be fair, my dad didn't live with me. He was kind of in and out of our lives. But he was definitely a difficult geezer, to be perfectly honest. I'll try to pick up on things to confirm your age in my head. It's G. Appreciate that. He just wants to make sure you're legal before the graping begins. To be fair, like I could be anything between 12 and 50. So I can understand why he's asking some follow-up questions before he starts the grooming. It's a wise move. It's a dangerous world out here. I don't think he would be that proud. He saw me reading a book one day and said I was a faggot. He was like, "Why aren't you outside kicking football?" And I was like, "I was just outside." The fuck. He was the kind of guy who saw anything kind of like academic as faggy. He was a head case, that dude. He was a fucking head case. My mom was a sweetheart though. My mom was a sweetheart, so it kind of balanced out. It's always like that in Irish households. You get like a psycho dad, and then like the mum is like overly just like an angel. That's how most old school Irish households were formulated. How do you feel about garlic bad MMA math? Shit, man. I'm indifferent to it, I guess, mate. I don't really eat garlic, it's not really good for the breath or whatnot. So with the bad British teeth genetics, I don't really need to be eating that horrible shit. Damn, man, I don't know what I do. My mum is still alive, but she's got dementia. She's currently living not too far from me. She was diagnosed with dementia like 6 months ago. So she doesn't really talk much, and sometimes there's times when I turn up and there's a little bit of blink of like not really recognizing me, especially since I grew my hair out. Frankie is a kung fu black belt. I wish I would, mate. I wish I was, mate. I'll be out there kicking ass right now. Anything academic is faggy. Garlic is good for the blood. Huh. Jesus Christ. Brutally, why are you getting involved in this? This is definitely turning into my kind of stream now. Just where we start talking about fucking food randomly. Like when we got into like American versus British cuisine the other day and I got absolutely cooked. I've never had a cooking like that in my life. I got ganged up on worse than when I was in prison. Never been in prison. I got absolutely fucking destroyed. Literally every American asshole came out of the woodwork that day and just absolutely blitzed me. Bringing up British cuisines that I'd never even heard of. And I had no defense for. I was like, jelly deals? What the fuck? And then there was other stuff going on and I was like, yeah, I got absolutely battered. Battered in my own chat. Yeah, I can fuck with pesto and Italian herbs. Why not? I don't know where you guys are going with this. I feel like you're leading me down a dark path again. It is what it is. But brutally, on the subject of you being here, I'm thinking Friday. When did you get your tattoos? I got my first one my first one was this scorpion one here that you can see on this forearm. And that was the one I got. I got this one like 3 days after my dad died. So it has like his name in Chinese and like dad and then my son's name and there's a few, and I just made it into a Scorpion because he was a Scorpio like me. So name 10 American cuisines. This was my entire defense. I wish you were here earlier, Captain Deadpool, for that conversation. They were literally naming things that weren't American and then just saying they were fucking American. They were like, pizza, man, burger. It was fucking pathetic. And even though they were coming out with that shit, I still got annihilated. It was awful. Thoughts on Whatsits? Never been a fan. Never been a fan of Whatsits. Too cheesy for me. Drying and grounding echinacea can help with colds, flu. I get colds like 4 times a year, so I should definitely take that advice. I've probably got AIDS, to be honest. That might be why I'm too much fucking around in places I shouldn't have fucked around, That and Alzheimer's is super hard to go through, especially with ones you love. Yeah, and the deterioration was super fast, man. The deterioration was super fast, so it is. And I visit her like a couple of times a week because she lives where I am, lives near where I am. It's kind of why I moved here, and it's rough, man. It's really rough. It's really rough because she's a beautiful soul. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but hopefully she's still got some good times left. It was invented in Hamburg. It was. But they were happy to. They were like, yeah, man, we put fucking hot sauce on that shit. That shit is ours. It was all stuff that they threw hot sauce on or made like slight alterations to. Like the pizza one. When they started shouting out pizza, that's when I was like, this is pointless here. I need my boy. There was no brutally here. Obviously, Captain Deadpool, you weren't part of the stream at that point either. I got fucking cooked by idiots. I got absolutely dismantled. It was brutal. Pun intended. It was horrible. Like they clearly had nothing to say, but then like because I just had nothing, I had no one in here defending me. I had no chatty Brits in here. Everything I was saying was just getting thrown out immediately. Thoughts on Snake Paul versus Alex Pereira? It was bro. I said this earlier on when I was in an ITP stream. The fact that this cunt called out Mike Tyson and Alex Pereira in the same sentence is just mind-boggling to me. He can call him out very, very easily because he knows that fight's never going to happen. And he's probably the guy that's got the biggest fucking clout in the game right now. So he can call him out and make him look like, oh, there's another MMA guy ducking me. Alex Pereira actually lowered in my expectations taking a fucking video call with that piece of shit. Idiot here, yeah, Westy. Real pizza was made by Italians in New York. I'm not buying it. There is nothing really. The only things that came out of that chat were the Louisiana staples. My grandaunt, who was the sweetest woman, got dementia when she turned into a completely different woman. But we had one last great birthday with her in the home before she passed. Like that's really nice, man. That's really nice. Like I said, my mother's deterioration was like rapid. Like she doesn't really talk too much. I get the odd word out of her, and when she smiles, it's really nice. But no, it's rough. Like anyone who's going through dementia, I've got nothing but sympathy for. Especially as it's probably the most important person in my life who's going through it right now. So, other than my children, obviously. Yeah, the whole Jake Paul and Alex Pereira thing was fucking pathetic. The guy's just a pussy. When he was like, Mike Tyson, I felt the vomit come up into my mouth. To still call for that fight is just the scummiest thing. Leave Mike Tyson alone, man. But it started in Italy. Exactly. Thank you. Like, if I go over to America and I start fucking, like, flipping up potato pancakes, are you going to say they're American as well? Probably. Americans are like just as sick thieves as like the British are. We taught you how to do it properly. Such a worm. Try kickboxing, brat. See what happens. Woo. Not that floppy shite in Napoli. Bro, cheddar, I know you're going to disagree with me, but thin crust pizza is the way to go. I appreciate that, Hank. Yeah, it's like I said, I don't mind talking about personal stuff on here. It's absolutely, it's kind of cathartic as well, being able to talk about it with some cool ass gents and lasses in here. Do you know what I mean? I legit hit my lap. How you doing, Rent Free? It's good to have you in here as well, brother. Um, yeah, mentioning Alex was just fucking. That's when I'm like, I've defended Jake Paul once or twice, not because I like him, but just because I think he takes things slightly more seriously than his cunt of a brother and that alien-headed twat that's from my neck of the woods. But him pushing for this fucking Tyson fight is just disgraceful to me. Leave that elderly gentleman alone, you scumbag. Go and fight some real fucking fighters, you piece of shit. But yeah, you're absolutely right. When it, but I was literally 7 a.m. at that point, and I was still watching it, and yeah, I was genuinely disgusted. He should be calling for a fight with a boxer in his weight class. He's never going to do that because he's a cunt, and he's not that good at boxing. He's good at beating up guys who are smaller than him and aren't boxers. But if he actually fights somebody who's a real boxer, he's going to get. I mean, look what Tommy Fury did to him, and he's shit. I wish your mother the best. There are definitely moments to be, yeah, 100%, and that's what it's about now. Just giving her as many experiences, like and positive experiences as we can, and just enjoying. It puts things into perspective. It's like appreciate the times that um, you have left because it's all we've got. Jake will fight Alex 5 years from now when he retires from MMA and he's 41, and Jake will be 31 in his prime. That's probably the way that it's going to go. I hope MMA fighters stop going to boxing because it's just we should know enough by now to know that it's a fucking terrible idea. Thanks for the wishes as well, Chris Gray. You absolute legend. That means a lot. Really does. KSI's jumping jack stance still cracks me up. He's such a mong. He's such a mong with that stance. He's fucking embarrassing. He's such a pussy. I hate KSI more than any of them. I legit do. I think that guy is such a melt. And actually, if he fought Jake Paul, which is what I really want, I'd love to. It's the one time I'd probably be rooting for Jake Paul in a fight. Fucking cunt. KSI is so ahead of the curve. He does cardio and exercises while his opponent's in the ring. Yeah, man. Only a goat would fucking do push-ups in the middle of a fight. That's goat level shit right there. The Halaba fight was a war. Gonna have to rewatch it at some point. I missed parts of it. He did look pretty good though. I was kind of drifting in and out because I was in the middle of Dougie's chat, and we were having a blast in there, like talking about all kinds of shit. And I ended up missing like half of that fight, and it was one of the good ones. I'm surprised though that people said that last night's card was very. I mean, I thought last night's card was much better than we expected, but I thought the card the week before was better just because of the Jean Silva fight. That to me was one of the fights of the year. Let's not talk about Paul. It's exactly what he wants. Yeah, he gets a little clout boner every time we mention him, even if it is like us calling him a cunt. He fucking loves it. He just wants to be spoken about. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Like as soon as someone mentions his name, even if he's not seeing it directly, he just gets a little tingle in his balls. He fucking loves it. He won't sleep Pereira, I promise you. I think Pereira would whoop his ass as well, but he's never going to take that fight. Pereira's one guy I would give him a decent chance. Francis, did you see my comment before? I didn't. Was it on a video or something? I'll look out for it. I've definitely responded to some of your comments. Do you mean the comment you said in here? Again, I have to apologize to people if I am missing comments. It's part for the cause in here because I'm old and I read really slowly. But if you do have something that you want to that I've missed and you want to, I'm not against people reposting the same comment. Like I said, I'm very new to this streaming game, so when the chats come in thick and fast, and like I said, I want to provide more of an experience for you guys than just reading out every single chat. And any good film suggestions? Yes, I do. I've got a Northern Irish. If you're into a little bit of a tearjerker, I'm trying to get the exact name of the film because I keep forgetting it. One second, bro. It's called Nowhere Special. Nowhere Special. It's a bit of a tearjerker, but it's basically about like a a father who finds out he's got cancer, and he's trying to find like a new home for his 3-year-old son. But it's not like depressing, it's kind of hopeful. So I'd recommend that one. Nowhere Special. It's banging. I just said banging, fucking on 12 again. This is why Captain Deadpool thinks I'm 12, because I say things like banging. Yuri training with Volk at Bantgal. He's definitely going to learn how to check leg kicks properly. Fundamental Jiri, new mythical fighter. Yeah, man. If Yuri can get the fundamentals down, and if they release a cure for that tism, he's gonna be back. I love Yuri, but it's just like Sophie's Choice is a phenomenal comedy. Never seen Sophie's Choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Nightmare, KSI. I hope are you like a KSI alt? That would be a turnout. In that case, you're a bitch and I hate you. Fucking, I don't think that there's very few people in this world that I hate more than KSI. I think I've caught up with the chats, right? I think I'm good. Maybe I'm lagging behind a little bit. I think I'm caught up. I do appreciate you keeping on top of the yeah, no, it's really good. It's very it's a quality movie, Nowhere Special. And as I said, the theme of it is obviously sounds very depressing from the offset, but it's kind of heartwarming as well. Like, it's not completely drab, and the performances are top notch. A quick reminder as well for everyone who is here, do subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Northwest 425 and Brutally Honest MMA. He is the fucking G. So yeah, Brutally, I'm thinking Friday if you're down. I'm thinking Friday. If you can swing that. I'm not sure when the press conference is on, but we can definitely watch The Divide. Which Divide are you referring to? $2011? Is it that one? The Road. I think I might have seen The Road. Yeah, I've seen The Road. The Road is pretty good. I'm not sure about The Divide though. Oh shit! On Andrew's comment from earlier, my dad's family has dementia only on my grandpa's side, and now my dad has diabetes. Mostly diabetes is what they've got. Yeah, those genes are, man. It's rough. My mother's the only one who had dementia in my family though. It's kind of crazy. But she's had a rough life. She had cancer as well, and fucking survived it like an absolute G. I can link a video that you can link whatever video you want, Crystal. You don't need my permission. You've got every freedom. No way. I am a KSI fan. I don't believe you. I hate KSI. I hate all those sidemen. I think they're all fucking bellends. I'm slightly jealous of them because they are very, very talentless and ugly, very much similar to myself, and yet they're somehow rich and famous and get all the bitches. It's like, when am I going to get my time? When am I going to get my time? So I'll be real. It is partial hating, but I do genuinely think they're talentless cunts as well. The scene in The Road when they go to the cannibal house with the mutilated people in the basement. Yeah. I'm quite squeamish as well. The Road is a good movie. Viggo Mortensen is like, that's how you pronounce his name, is a very fine performer. W2S was the first one I watched, then him, Mini Minter, Chris MD, and the others, Lord. They're all scum. They're all fucking scum. Let's see what Crystal's showing up in here. I'm waiting for it because I've just had to open my I like which one is W2S? Who's that? I mean, I'm assuming that all the sidemen are cunts. I've just kind of banded them in together. because I think they're all a bunch of tools, but maybe one or two of them are all right. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs is a banger. Absolute absolute classic. The book is fucking goated as well. Socking me is not a good idea, but that's you and I respect you. But it's so spooky that you're my great YouTuber friend. I appreciate having you as well in here, Andrew. And like I said, let's give Andrew a nice timely boost as well. Red Dragon was good. Ralph Fiennes is a fucking ledge as well. Oh, Harry. Yeah, Harry's kind of funny. Harry, of all of them, he's somewhat amusing. He's a bit he's like the guy who's deadpan, right? He seems like he's all right. Just had to do his impression. He always says Guru does it great. I see. W2S and T and is that Tobe Jizzle? Our calm, rest of disgusting filth. Yeah, Toby seems kind of all right. I don't like Mini Minter, but again, I haven't watched too much of them. I'm probably just like I've seen very little of them, and from what I've seen, I just think they're all cunts to be honest. And they all just sucks KSI off so hard. It's just disgusting to watch. I can't take it. I literally don't know what a bell end is. It's basically the head of your dick, sir. Yeah, bell end. It is the tip of your penis. You know, what do they call it in America? Yeah, I just know it's the bell end. Somebody help me out here. Yeah, I don't know who Josh is either. Like I said, I don't watch too much of him, but fair play to their success. You know, they made a go of being they're basically beta males that got lucky. Because that's the thing. I never really played football. Like I played football games when I was a kid growing up, but I didn't watch them when they were you know. I find all this. I mean, yeah, like I said, I've got no time for sidemen stuff. I'm not really on any of that crap, to be honest. It just isn't my jam, to be perfectly honest. In America, we call you a dick, but what do you call the end of your dick? That's what it is. It's a bell end, in it. Basically, dickhead. Yeah, dickhead. Yeah, dickhead. Thanks. Yes, it's the head of your penis shaft at the island. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the helmet. There we go. Helmet was the word I was thinking of. My brain isn't working today. My brain is not working today. I mean, you joke about us being creative, but you do steal all of our good comedy and then you fuck it up. You useless fucking cunts. I thought so, but I didn't know if it had some other meaning. Yeah, bellend is a very solid insult. It just hits home when you call someone a bellend. KSI is definitely the worst. Mini Minter used to be sick before he finally got laid. Yeah, yeah. When you bust that first nut, some of us just can't handle the notoriety that comes with it. It's like, oh my god, someone sucked my dick. I'm the man, and then it's just over from there. You know. But I just hate KSI because he's just a child, isn't he? He's just a child. Thank you very much for linking Andy and Crystal. Let's try and get Andy and try and get Andy to 150 tonight if we can. That'd be sweet. I have an extremely large belly. When I lost my virginity, the foreskin would go back over. Oh. I was about to ask you when your first experience was, but I don't want to get into that kind of chatter. Because once we start talking about virginities and stuff in here, the fucking chat just goes like we've never talked about our first times in here. I don't think. Damn, my time did that out just right there, and that's Andrew for all you boys. Thank you very much. You popped in them right in. Yeah, she must have been a virgin. I was thinking the exact same thing when he said it as well, but I was like, I'm glad somebody else has said it for me. And that's what made me think of how old were you, Brutally? That first like 16-year-old smash here in the garden shed. I also ripped my foreskin off once because it swelled before I shagged and it ripped. Thanks for the fucking visual, mate. I've just been recovering from a really bad illness, and like hearing that is making me feel queasy all over again. Thanks for sharing, though, man. I appreciate it. I'm celibate, saving myself for God, you know. Right on, Smelly. That's why they call you Smelly Fingers. You just go digits only, yeah. Fair play to you, lad. You're doing us a service. And man, this has taken the dark turn it usually does in here. This has been a wild Sunday, man. I feel really glad that I shrugged off the lurgies and jumped on. It's been a well worthwhile experience so far, boys. I appreciate it. 16. Yeah. I got my first nosh when I was 15, but I didn't smash until I was 18. Literally 3 days before my 18th birthday. That was a memorable quickie. Ever got your balls trapped in the toilet seat? I have, sir. I certainly have. I went through a 1 week. It only happened to me 1 week. Basically, I got my balls trapped in the toilet seat 3 times within a week, and it's the only time it's happened. So yeah, that wasn't a good week. That was not a good week. It was a rough week. Funny story about onesies. I had a bat one as a kid, and I've done the zipper one. I did the zipper one 3 times in 1 week as well. I've zipped my nuts in a fucking I've zipped my nuts up before as well, and it ain't fun, mate. It's the worst. It wasn't like a what was that movie? The Ben Stiller one. Fucking hell, the one with Cameron Diaz in it. Oh, what was that movie called again? The classic. There's something about Mary. It wasn't like a all the way up zipper, but I got yeah, man. I've had my nuts snagged in a zipper a couple of times, and it weren't a good time. But luckily, I didn't go all the way up. I was able to gradually just pull it down, and I had a little like fucking tread line on my balls for a couple of days. But fucking hell, what have we descended to? Everyone's fucking. Oh wow, Shamil Gatsiev's in the chat now. I hope you don't look at any of my previous videos, Shamil, because I've given you a fucking. I've gone in on you a few times, sir. Good to have you here, though, Shamil. You fucking fat legend. Tiny Asian toilet. Are you making a fucking reference to my manhood right now, Smelly Fingers? I've gone on record saying that my dick is tiny and my dick is huge on many different streams. So you're gonna have to work out which one is correct. In which direction am I glazing? Something about Mary, yeah. Yeah, I get like PTSD whenever I watch that movie. I was just calling you a fat country mill. Nothing but love though, mate. I hope you win your next one. Women will never know our suffering. I still maintain that getting kicked in the balls is worse than childbirth, and I will die on that hill. I've triggered many females having that argument. I'm gonna have to fail a takedown on you for that disrespect. You fucking G. You fucking G. Love you, Shamil. That's the best way to shut me up. Tiny shaft, giant head, like a mushroom. Nah, I definitely don't have that going on. I will give you guys some real information though. I am a left leaner. And the ladies will know that's a really effective fucking trait to have in a cock, mate. The old bend. Does a lot of the work for you, I'll put it that way. Mine got stuck, so I had to help take it out unstuck. Yeah, the going up is way less painful than the drawing back. The drawing back on a fucking clipped nutsack when you've ripped it with a fucking zipper is the worst. Going back on yourself is the worst experience because when it originally happens, it's like, zzz, and then you're like, oh, you haven't really. It's then undoing the skin. Going, I don't want to talk about this anymore. 40-Year-Old Virgin is another classic movie. I haven't watched that in a fucking while. Getting kicked in the balls is an otherworldly pain, especially if a ball pops. First, I'm not right-handed. I'm actually left-handed. So there goes that fucking theory, mate. I'm a double-handed jerker. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, fortunately, I haven't had a ball pop. I mean, fucking hell, let's. No way it's worse than having a. No, I just do it to troll. There's no way of triggering females worse than saying that shit. And I am a real life troll, so it's low hanging fruit. Like it's an easy go to be honest. It's an easy one to do. 100%. Good problem to have, mate. Yeah, I'm not complaining. To be fair, yeah, I'm just really glad that I've managed to get through this stream after nearly having a near on heart attack earlier. I was thinking this was going to be a nice chilled Sunday afternoon, and all shit's broken out. I never understood the ball pain thing till I took a proper knee there and died. Yeah. Yeah, I've had all kinds of shot to the balls because I'm a very provocative person in real life. So I've had loads of females kick me in the balls, slap me in the balls, drop kick me in the balls. So I'm definitely experienced in that regard. And a rhino. I have to prep all sexual encounters with the old penis pump. Oh, it's really 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday here. I was waiting for somebody to bring up a goddamn penis pump. I have such an average, straight, proportionate piece. Very proud of it. You have spoken about your piece very often on here, Weston, and how upset you are at how the females use you for it. And I feel sorry for you, bro. I know you before you came to me. I'm really glad, man. I've been popping up in people's attention recently, and I don't know how the fuck I managed to pull this off because I didn't do anything differently. I think it's just been the boys shouting me out and being solid fucking legends around here that have helped out with that. Because I've done nothing decent. I've just been on the grind for the last year and a half, and eventually, I just things just started popping off in here. Like my subscriber count is quite embarrassing, but my live streams do fairly well recently. I've usually got between 20 and 30 in here, which is really sweet. I don't know what the fuck I've done to deserve it, but I'll take it. I'm not going to look that gift horse in the mouth. Sounds like a fetish. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that on the table. When is it a chill stream and I pop in? Man, there's varying degrees of chill in here. Like it can vary. Like the worst, like literally the other night when we had the stream on Thursday and literally email came in and just carpet bombed me, and then the whole and then musical jumped in, and then there was a whole YouTube drama thing. I was literally sat there like I felt totally out of my depth during that situation. So I've had moments on here where it's been either chill or I've been like just tisming out or fucking. It's a hard one, man. 20 or 30 savages, 100%. Bro, I haven't mastered any algorithm. I haven't done anything differently. I don't know how any of it works. The thing is, yeah, I'm not deep enough in the game to look into it or look into trends or how thumbnails work, or I'm not much of a clickbaiter either. I don't like playing. If I played down and dirty with YouTube, I could probably do a lot better. Always Gucci with it, hood. How you doing, Taz? I think I've seen you in here once or twice before, and I've seen you around in other streams, so good to see you. Well, basically, brutally, email and musical started getting into it. ITP was up in here, then Dougie was in here. Like we got basically all the YouTubers in here, apart from you. And then I've just figured out who Shamil Gatsiev is. Gotcha. Paradox is live. Wow. Somebody shouting out Paradox who isn't Paradox. Fucking sick. Dougie's Corner versus Bad MMA Math Bare Knuckle. Me and Dougie are more likely to do a drink off than a punch up, to be fair. Talking smack about who? If I was talking smack, I'd gladly own up to it. But we did see like an early take of what a bad MMA math and Dougie's corner fight might look like on yesterday's stream. I whooped his fucking ass, and I won a unanimous decision, but it was still a robbery. You know them ones. I thought I won at least 4 rounds. Dropped him like 6 times. It was fucking epic. What short are you sharing with us here, Crystal? I'm fucking miles behind. I'm gonna have to catch up to that later, Crystal. I think because I've got my chat open up on my YouTube and it's miles behind. So what went down? They were you know what went down. It was the whole like Rigo's a nonce, and then there was the no, you're a nonce, and then there was loads of back and forth, and then it was you doxed me, and then we all got into it, and then it was fucking horrible, mate. It was horrible. Yeah, try not to ban anyone in here, Weston, please, if you can avoid it. I know that you're the lead mod in here, but just take it on the chin, if you wouldn't mind, brother. I'd appreciate it. So that was basically the whole situation. It turned into like 45 minutes of people just slagging each other off, and I was just sat there like, I don't know who any of these people are that they're talking about. Like, obviously, I know who Musical is and who I've become aware of Email and other people, but I don't know the whole like Rigo fucking MMA YouTuber. I have seen videos on him and Eagle MMA doing horrible shit to people. But apart from that, I don't really go that deep into it. I don't know who's on what side or whatever. So this all happened in my live stream on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah. Yeah, Crystal's a fucking legend. I love Crystal. And I love her channel as well. Loads of wholesome content on there. Cayman Riders in here as well. Jesus, I've seen you around as well, bro. Fucking hell. What a hell of a Sunday. I've got the legends in the game here. I got Taz, I got Cayman. I had fucking MMA Guru turn up allegedly earlier as well. Crazy. I guess I finally made it. Eh? What the hell am I gonna do? Yeah, it was the Lost Soul one that I saw. When they did the whole stummy wummy thing. I saw all of that. For me, Eagle MMA came off way worse than that. And I've always thought that guy was a complete total dick shit as well. So it didn't surprise me seeing that go down, to be honest. They're just a bunch of bullies who think they're fucking, I don't know, they think they're YouTube celebrities. So that's how that went down. Why watch UFC when you have Jake trash? I'm just sick of it, Cayman, to be honest. I'm sick of watching it. MMA fighters need to stop thinking they can box and going over there to be humiliated for however much money they end up getting. It's just pathetic, to be honest. And it's embarrassing. And we need to put an end to it. Because then all these boxing simps just keep going on about how good fucking boxing is compared to MMA, and I'm fucking sick of hearing it. It's a different sport. And in a real fight, we know what would really happen. Now, you're definitely one of the more prominent chat guys on here, because I do see you around quite a lot. And you're quite well known, Cayman. So don't be. This isn't a place for humility, my G. Taz is a dick, but I'll let him be for now. I appreciate that, Westy. You know, it's kind of free and fancy in here. We kind of let things go as they will. As long as people aren't doxing or saying anything noncy, then we tend to let things ride. I won't come for anybody, but come on my property and find out about the American Second Amendment. I was saying the exact same thing earlier, man. It's the MMA fighters' fault for whoring out for money. It kind of is, but like part of it as well is the fact that MMA fighters don't get paid enough as well. So I kind of understand it when Jake Paul comes along with his little bag that seems to them like a big bag and lets him humiliate them on fucking national TV. I can understand why they do it. But I think what we need to stop doing as an MMA community is glazing these MMA fighters and thinking, especially MMA fighters that are smaller and have never had any boxing experience I made a short about Mike Perry right a week before the fight, saying he was going to get fucked up. I called it officially perfectly, and I stopped glazing MMA fighters ever since Jake Paul beat the first guy, whoever the fuck that was. I'm like, nah, I can see what the trend is here. I'm not picking MMA fighters anymore, and I haven't, and I stand by that. It's going to be worth it when Jake Paul finally gets KO'd 100%, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's ever going to fight somebody who is in any way decent. In any way decent. Take it easy, Andrew. Good to see you here. Really glad to have you. And like I said, if you could subscribe to Andrew, it'd be really nice of you. Car exists like a unicorn. I assume you mean karma. You think another organized MMA organization will reach UFC level, or will UFC always be the organization for MMA? Considering how fucktarded the PFL, like I went to a Bellator event a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually nice. It was well produced. It was a fun event. What I liked about the Bellator events as well is you literally have fighters walking around like after they fight, and you end up meeting a lot of them and kind of interacting with them. So that was pretty sweet. But until they can get their marketing hats on, and PFL stands no chance because everything they do is pretty much wrong, apart from the ref cams and the smart cage. But to answer your question, it's highly unlikely. I think UFC are going to swallow these guys up, and then we're just going to be stuck with a bunch of regional promotions that end up as feeders. That's the way that I see it going. I kind of hope that one get their shit together and start raiding the West, but I think they've got their own domestic problems, and they seem to be not as big as I originally thought they were. Oh yeah, before the Jake Paul humiliation fights, MMA fighters are supposed to easily wreck non-fighters. Surely a guy with a YouTube background that's a narrative. Yeah, yeah. That narrative has died a very slow death, a slow and horrific death. To be perfectly honest with you, states got way more rights and freedom. Yeah, it depends. Depends on what perspective you're looking at it from. The truth doesn't require your belief in it to be true. It can do it all by itself, 100%. It's all about perspective and how much you're willing to glaze. Yeah, MMA fighter glazing has gone on for a while, but I do maintain that even though MMA fighters are obviously shit at boxing, I do believe, obviously, in a combat situation that MMA fighters tend to have more of an advantage. That's just how I feel. Octagon's really doing amazing things as well. I've jumped onto the Octagon train a little bit more. I just don't know if they're going to have the push to get where they are, because they put on amazing fights. It's just that they're so far behind at this point. But it's up to people getting behind them. Like, we've got to spread the word and start making more Octagon videos rather than glazing the UFC every week. We've got to do more Octagon watch-alongs and, hype up more of their fighters and get behind them, because they are a very, very good organization. But the gap is just going to be too big, I think. That's just how I feel about it at this point. I can't believe we've been going 2.5 hours, man. My throat is fucking destroyed. But I appreciate having all of you here. So I'm probably going to keep it going another 15 minutes or so. So if there's anything, you got 15 minutes to half an hour, and then we'll raid Paradox, because he's going to keep sending alts in here and getting us over there anyway. So we might as well bow to his wishes at some point. And he is part of the team, so we do show him support. For everyone present, Taz calls me a pedo because I'm a mod for Ronin MMA. I don't think Ronin and pedo stuff goes hand in hand, though. I used to do regular Octagon watch-alongs. I need to get back on it. You should, because a lot of people are talking about Octagon at the moment. And again, I think we need to get behind them, because we need UFC to get rivaled if MMA is ever gonna, or if UFC is ever gonna pay the fighters and treat the fighters the way they deserve. Oh, definitely. In a combat situation, they'd win. It's just the idea of them being untouchable. For me, it's out the window. They're definitely not untouchable. And the thing is, I did watch Guru's video earlier about the Mike Perry post fight, and he made some really good points about boxing being very one-dimensional in that regard, and all the rules favoring them in an MMA against an MMA fighter. It's just the way that it is. And we need to stop glazing. Because I know that we're MMA supporters at heart, but we have to get real and just be real with it and accept the fact that in a boxing ring, we're going to get fucked up every time. And it doesn't mean that we're less hard than boxers. It just means that we cannot compete in their sport, which should be obvious. I haven't seen... I saw you post a video earlier, Crystal. I haven't got around to watching it yet, but you know I will, and you'll know I comment. Frankie, bro, I crashed my car while having your stream on Bluetooth with the police. I'm really sorry about that, bro. I hope you're all right, and that you're obviously pissing around. I made him watch that pickle video I sent you, and he was typing in the chat in here because I could hear you in the background. Oh man. If they keep Lucine Kaita, they have a superstar. I haven't watched this person you're referring to, but I will now. I've only kind of got on the Octagon train again recently. Damn, I think I've been 8 minutes behind this whole time. That happens to me all the time. And I'm typing in chat, and I'm like, nobody's acknowledging me. What's going on? And then firstly, it's because I've got nothing interesting to say, but secondly, it's usually because I'm like 45 minutes behind. Mark MMA, that's gimmick infringement. I was convinced that Mark MMA was like another Paradox alt. But apparently he's not. He's a real life human being. My Mac has got glass, can't even eat it. We'll send a pitch tomorrow. Appreciate it, bro. You're always welcome to share on the Discord. And I will remind people as well, we do have a Discord. So do please join it. It's always a nice place to kind of talk shit and keep up to date with things. And if you are an MMA YouTube creator, it's always a good place to drop your links in to get people jumping in and supporting your channel. So do that as well. Read my message about Bisping before you go. Where is it? Would you mind posting it again, bro? Because my hang on. It's super funny. He's so bitter, hates him so much. So even though I like Michael, at least I like Michael Bisping. I don't love him, but like he's a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't mind Michael Bisping. He's all right. I'm not, says Mark. That is what an alt would say, Mark. But I do believe you're a real person. It's funny that Amanda Nunes signed up to fight Jake Paul when he was just beginning, and Weasel was like, "Yeah, could be interesting back in the day." Yeah, I would have given her a shot. She should have caught him while he was cold. Ice Viking, how you doing? Good to have you in here. I read that Mike Perry is starting a bare knuckle promotion. Including elbows and ground and pounds, and it seems to have pissed off the bare knuckle hierarchy quite a bit. You would think they would support Mike 100%, seeing as he is their biggest star. Machua, you know Mike Perry didn't win. Machua, weren't you in the live stream yesterday with Dougie? Tiny cucumbers need love too, 100%. Yeah, ITP's chats are always solid. I'm always in ITP chats as well. Mike Perry got fucking dismantled. He got destroyed as I said he would. Almost got knocked out in the first round and the second round, and eventually got stopped in the sixth. And it was basically a non-stop beating. He did land on Jake a couple of times in the third, but Jake still won that round. So it was essentially a fucking dismantling. How you doing, Emgal? Some of the other dudes are turning up now, so I might hang around for a little bit longer than I was expecting. I might go for the full 3 hours and then duck. Yeah, Perry got fucking dismantled. It was a great stream, though. Like, hanging around with Dougie and doing all that stuff was incredible. It turned out to be a really good live stream. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun hanging out with Dougie. Shout out to Dougie's Corner, who's probably grinding right now. Okay, Mark, good to see you, brother. I'll look forward to catching up. Did you see Bisping's clips of watching Perry lose to Paul? He was even coping so hard before he did he pick Mike Perry to win? I don't think he did he? I felt like I was the only person who fucking picked Jake Paul. Apart from, I think brutally, you picked Jake Paul, right, as well? Because you've got a fucking brain in your nut, do you know what I mean? Anyone with more than 2 brain cells knew what was going to happen last night. I actually thought that Perry did better than I was expecting, and he got whopped for like 18 minutes. Machua, did you not watch it live? I was sure you were there, brother. You're gaslighting right now. I'm sure you were there with us in Dougie's stream. It's kind of embarrassing to see these MMA veterans cope about Paul winning these fights. I think Jake Paul is annoying, but I'm not coping. I'm not that bothered by it. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was a mismatch. I bet very heavily on Jake Paul. He closed out my parlay, so I'm all right with the whole situation. I love Mike Perry, but he's, as I said before the fight, he's dumb, he's slow, and he's little, and he can't box. He's got no defense, so it is what it is. It was always going to go down that way. And the fact that Paul made it to the sixth round, I thought he actually did okay for himself. He proved he's still a Chad. I don't think he lowered his stock that much. Anyone who knows he's not a very technical fighter. So it is what it is. I'm having a beverage watching the chat. That's the way to do it. None of it. Didn't look at my phone. Just went straight to the beach Friday and just got back. Fucking hell. I thought you were in Dougie's stream yesterday. Maybe I imagined that. I was pretty exhausted waiting the extra 3 hours it was before the fight was called. I like Bisping too, at least post-fight career. Mike, he is a beauty. He answered my messages a bunch of times. Yeah, because he interacts with people quite a lot, which is great. Thoughts on Poatan's rival Artem? We actually made a video about this, Connor's pal. I think Artem's very, very good. He's obviously competing on the Contender Series in a couple of months. He's very good, but I don't know. He's going to need a lot to go for him in order to make it in MMA. He's going to have to starch out his dude in the Contender Series, which I expect he will. He's going to have a couple of favorable matchups along the way. Again, it's more questioning if he's going to be able to handle. If he can avoid wrestlers, I'm sure he'll be fine. But he's Artem Vakitov is definitely somebody I'm keeping an eye on because he's got some good diversity as well. He's obviously had 2 very close fights with Poatan as well. So yeah, if he hits the ground running, gets a few starching knockouts, he could be all right. We'll see, but there's a long way to go before we start talking about that guy. He's going to have to put the body of work in, and he's only had 3 MMA fights. So we'll see. But he's definitely going to be given a leg up, I reckon. Sit and spin on the like button. Fucking legend, Smelly Fingers. I really appreciate you because I forget to tell people to like and subscribe, which is why I've got it in the banner. Because I'm not really good at playing the YouTube game, to be honest. Give it a watch later or something. It's pretty funny. He even had his hot wife come on and say that Jake is on the sauce. He fucking hates Jake Paul. He hates Jake Paul. And for good reason. I understand it. He posted, I don't think his wife is that hot though. I mean, she'd get one, but that's a different question. She'd definitely get a full one before you ask Chris Gray. Oi, is this thing on? What did you say, Smelly Fingers? Bisping ducked GOL like the plague. He did. Bisping ducked everyone and then took on Dan Henderson and then nearly got absolutely brutally chinned for it. But Bisping is a legend and he's quite funny and I kind of enjoy him on commentary a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind Michael Bisping. I really don't. And it's not because I'm a Brit back in one of our own. I couldn't give 2 shits. I actually think he's all right. What the fuck? I only just noticed the banner when you pointed it out. Whose banner? I'm totally behind now. The banner. I know you're not talking about my banner. My banner is completely disinteresting. But again, apologies to anyone if I am missing some of the chats. It's very late here. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Brutally understands the game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I had the Rona this week. Yeah, it's funny how much he hates him because I wish he had 2 eyes because that fight. Yeah, I think Bisping would get fucked up by Jake Paul as well, even if he had 2 eyes. We need to stop it, guys. We need to stop convincing these MMA guys they can get into a boxing ring and win because we're just gonna add more clout to this little goblin. The Bruce banner, the like and sub banner. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those things I just couldn't take my eye off. It kind of just stood out to me. Bisping's wife has a distinguished look. It's that blonde cum slut look, to be honest. I'm not even shitting on the guy, like it's she definitely loves it. She's a typical blonde bombshell, I guess. How do you feel about the start time for UFC 3 or 4 next weekend? I'm fucking disgusted by it, mate. And as many people in here know, I'm going to it live, and I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go to it wearing a onesie, and I'm gonna bring this fucking pillow with me. That'll be that'll be my little troll of the whole situation. Um, Stop swapping spit with those Thai prostitutes. I don't do that anymore. Um, Man, those were the good old days. I miss those days. Ah, those were good times. If I could rewind the clock and unspur out all of my children, that's the time I would go back to. I don't know. Prime Bisping was getting KO'd by Dan Henderson, who was a wrestler with an overhand. Bisping was never that good of a fighter, and that's what makes his story so amazing. Because the fact he got a title is just unbelievable. He should have never been anywhere near a title. Bisping was basically, he wasn't a terrible fighter, but he was never title level in my opinion. You're right, Sven. It is a pendulum we shouldn't be giving. I don't Weston, I'm probably going to be ducking out in about 15 minutes at most, because we had a few people turn up like Matua who I want to show some love to, so I'm staying a little bit longer than I was. I don't know if my voice is gonna. I don't know if my voice is gonna hold out for the next 15 minutes even. So we are getting ready to raid Paradox the Chad, definitely. So if you can throw a Paradox the Chad link in, I will pin it for you. Assuming my chat can catch up, which it actually has now. Oh, my chat's gone way behind again on my actual channel. That's a waste of some good hummus. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. What do you mean throw hummus at him when he's in the cage? I would do it if I was at the presser, but I'm not gonna go to the live event and start slinging hummus at the cage. Do you know how much those fucking tickets were? I'm not getting kicked out of the. I tell you what, if he gets a takedown in the first round and it looks like it's heading in that direction, I might consider it. There's a couple of videos with 50k views slandering me. That's the dream, Cheddarhead. That's the dream. Oh, Crystal just got in there first. Well done. I have pinned it on here, but I'm not sure if it's done so in my main channel. So hang on a second. Fucking, I don't know what's. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna pin Crystal's one because she got there first. Hang on a sec. Crystal pin message. There we go. So Paradox to Chad, do not worry. We will try to sanction a raid for you if we can. Crystal thinks she's all that now. To be fair, she's been waiting for a moment and she just swung in there and got you. I think Bisping was very underrated. You can see it both ways. Because Bisping gets like overly glazed, but also he gets overly criticized as well. So maybe he is somewhere in the middle. He was a competent, good MMA fighter, but he was never championship level, in my opinion. I like Paradox, but I hate his mod, Master Cunt Eye. Very good description. Where's your last comment to humans? Bisping was a world-class journeyman. Hummus. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's like hummus of human. I think it's a bit of an ego thing. MMA fighters love being glazed as the gods of Olympus when a normal YouTuber mortal just comes in and takes a dump on these dudes in a combat situation. Their egos are bruised. Yeah, and I think that's part of where but the thing is, if you're talking about Jake Paul in particular, Jake Paul deserves the fucking ridicule he gets because he deliberately fights people that have no business being in there, and that's why he's a cunt. But Jake Paul he's a lot better than those other fucking he's a lot better than those other influencers are. Certainly, he's fully dedicated to the game now. I fully feel like he's basically a pro boxer at this point. He doesn't really seem to be doing anything else. Cayman basketball players are the gods. Captain Deadpool, I want you to notice how well I stalk people. I stopped Weston to a point where I could beat him to a pin. There we go. Fuck, wrong comment. He is definitely one of the biggest chads in MMA history, and that's what Bisping deserves credit for. It's not necessarily he fucking lost an eye in the cage and then got away with it. He managed to get sanctioned in fights despite being relatively one-eyed. If you could go back in time with the knowledge you have now at any point in time in your life, what age would you pick? Jeez. Probably to when I was 18. 18 was when my life kind of took over because I was a bit of like I got no pussy up until that point, and then all of a sudden my face kind of got more defined, and suddenly the bitches cared, and I was like a kid in a candy store, so I'd probably go back to 18 years old, if I'm being honest. Those were the peak. I can't believe what's happening to my life right now days. Crystal, you'd never find me because in a self-defense situation, I will do no matter what it takes, no matter the cost. Fair play, sir, and I'm with you on that all the way. It's safe to say Vettori is a gatekeeper too. If we see Vettori, I think Vettori basically is. Yeah, he's never going to be in title contention. He's another guy who's Chad level 10, but skill level like 3. It's a sad situation. All right, I think I'm going to hit it on the head there, guys, because I think Paradox is going to lose his mind if I don't send some people over to him. So if you could one more time link Paradox to Chad in there, if you guys could do a raid over on Paradox to Chad, I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. I'd like to thank all of you for coming in here, for turning up to hang out with me on a Sunday afternoon. I appreciate every single one of you. It's really good to have you in here, Fingers, yet again. Captain Deadpool, you absolute legend. Thank you for turning up. I hope to see you again in future streams. I usually stream every day, and I try not to tread on anybody else's toes. So hopefully we'll have you hanging around here quite often. Crystal, I hope you've had a wonderful Sunday. Westy, I hope you're well. Brutally, thank you for turning up all as well, brother. We'll definitely, as I said, I'm leaning towards Friday in Manchester. We'll get some fucking bruising. And see how it goes. I'll send you a couple DMs about that though. We definitely will sort something out. I'm all about it. So yeah, if we could get a Paradox raid, that would be beautiful. I'm sure he'd really, really appreciate it. So get over to Paradox to Chad. Just say fucking bad MMA math raid so he knows I didn't fuck him over. When your eyes get wider when you realize a bitch actually cares about you, that was it. That was it. Definitely on Friday, brutally. Would that and the pints are all on me, lad. I fucking got you on Friday. So leave your wallet at home, sir. Yeah, peace out, Chris Gray. You absolute legend. Thank you for turning up. Crystal, as always, you're a legend. Matchaway, you're always welcome in London, mate. I mean, I'm not there at the moment, but we can definitely fucking hang out there. I will try and keep up. Have to be strict on sleep this week specifically though, which is now ruined. Sorry about that, brother. But I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Like I said, you're somebody I've definitely been aware of, so I very much appreciate having you here. All right, I'm gonna hang up the gloves for tonight. Appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday wherever you are, and yeah, raid Paradox's tiny little butthole. And have a great one. Appreciate all of you. Good night.